Hello there, everybody! Apologies for the slightly delayed start to the stream. Welcome to the second qualifier here. Verbalosity, alongside one Mr. Rippy31. Rippy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Happy to be shabby. Here. So, check-in, in theory, has closed. We are just waiting for the bracket to be quote-unquote seeded. So,
can you maybe take us over to the main teams that are playing today?
Indeed, but
good while waiting for the brackets.
Indeed, before we do that, a little bit of an addendum. We were initially going to have Jones Crab here on the broadcast. We're not sure where he is. We're hoping he's okay. That is all we ask for. So we are doing a little bit of a wee scramble. I am currently on the quote-unquote ones and twos and for spectator today. Everyone, I don't know, prayer emojis in the chat for our favorite crustacean. And yeah, I think now's probably a good chance to have a look at the bracket. That is a very good shout. So, yeah, let's go ahead and look on over. And I just realized it. Okay, brackets. Look at them. So this is a Swiss bracket system, so it will take a second for it to get fully done. But we can have a look at some of the participants. Rippy, who are we looking at for participants? Anyone that catches your eye today compared to yesterday?
I've seen the Russians make a comeback today. I know they haven't played the game too much recently, but I'm thinking they'll still be a strong team. I can't exactly remember the team name. I think it starts with a K.
This one? Is it, I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that. I don't know.
No, it wouldn't be that one. I have a bit of delay on the stream, I think, but I'm thinking it's a three-letter team name. Like it's Arthur and Peaky.
Three-letter team name. Let's see here.
Starts with a K. I can't remember the
Slugs, TBS, KTO, question mark?
Yeah, that's them.
Oh, yeah, Fikuk, yeah. Baron, and Nova with Arthur Ashcroft. Yeah, that's the Russians.
Yeah, that team would be pretty strong, I'm assuming. Even if maybe haven't played the game too much, I can't imagine them doing bad at all today, for sure.
Mm-mm. Now, on top of that...
Go
on.
I was just going to say, there's also a team called Wash around the end of the bracket, which... There's Mamba, Bucko, Cobra Dominator, JR, Scorpion as well. A lot of names.
You say
that you may recognize. Yep. You'd have to load more, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, refresh, yeah. Good call. Control F. I'm not finding washed unless Control F just doesn't work.
You would have to like load more at the end.
Oh, look, I'm dumb. Late. Thank you. Here we are. Okay. Most hated, washed. Here we are. Oh, yeah. Wow. JR, Mamba, Bucko, Cobra Dominator, and Scorpion? Bruh.
Yeah, that team looks pretty good as well, for sure. Other names as well, that there are that I can't fully remember. I think Sultan's team's playing, I believe. I don't think they qualified yesterday, so that could be a team to look out for as well.
Ooh, hang on one moment. I am receiving word that round one has begun properly, and we are being suggested a first game by admins. Also, lol, we have a bye immediately in the first round. That's funny. The first game being suggested is Washed versus Mutiny.
I would definitely watch that.
Okay.
Another team that's good, actually, that we might want to look for is the Mexicans with a Yelios, Sprite, Beautiful, Zashi, PH title. Their team name is Los Guapos or something. Can't pronounce that at all, but they're just next to the Russians.
Righto, just quickly entering various details on my end. Okay, scoreboard is updated. So yeah, target's gonna be like Lucifer and or Cobra Dominator, and I believe I have them.
That's good.
Yeah, fortunately my friends list is a giant who's who list of comp. I just have too many people here at this point.
I could not. It's too big of a friend list.
Also, I am getting friend requests. Perfect. Remember, folks, please send me friend requests, not game invites. I see. Lucifer, that means you.
Crazy to name Colin.
Yes, I am not afraid to call people out immediately. I have done this for too long.
It's time to retire, Verb.
I should retire. Okay, let me get the timer going, or rather the rough timer going. Helps if I actually hit the right button. There we go. That 60 minutes on the stream is definitely not accurate now, but oh well. But yeah, round 1 is going. We're just gonna wait for an eye to appear from here, but you were talking about the Mexican team. Which one was that? We might as well have a quick look while we have the chance.
Yeah, they were right next to KTO, the Russian team.
Boundless Beings?
No, Los Guapos. I can't pronounce it. I'm not.
There we are.
I can't speak the Spanish, but yeah, Elio, Siege Title, Zashi, Sprite, Beautiful. All names I recognize out there.
Nice, nice. I have memes already in the chat. Los Guapos, shut up, Rippy.
I can't pronounce it. I apologize. I can barely speak English as it is, so you know. We're not gonna try for a third language out there.
Yeah, it's fine. You carried our ass in terms of French in Montreal, so it's all good.
That did happen indeed.
Let's see here. All right, you got. Oh, your team's the one that got the Byron Irox. Okay, good to know. Also, I just realized I don't have my little behind the scenes camera here. I should probably get that set up. This is a little bit of a last second setup by myself. I was not anticipating streaming today, but hey ho, we improvise.
Whose thought is that, right?
What you say?
A bit of name calling today, bro. Whose thought is that?
I'll let you handle that.
Yeah. My partner Jones, you know, that I was almost looking forward to cast with, you know, just left me to dry, but now I've got a better caster with me, so it's all good. It's all good.
Yes, there is.
Hopefully he doesn't show up later.
You know, like, For Honor stream production has been a little bit of a mini topic over the past 24 hours. Like, I've talked with a few people. Some people dislike having that little camera I just put up, basically the what's going on my screen camera on the stream. Some people like it. What do you think, Rippy? Out of curiosity.
Just a little game window.
Yeah,
thingy?
like when we're on the AFK screen here waiting for games, I've implemented like years ago this little camera of my view just to show people that, hey, this is what we're waiting on.
Yeah, that's fine, I think. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. And fortunately, another topic that has come up recently that I'll be implementing is the topic of spectation. There will be a percentage point definite minimum less free cam today. We're going to see if people like that. Shout out to Blitz. What can I say? I like my artsy views, but I will tone that down. But we're still
I think the main point of having the free cam is like rotational and look like at the state of the map. But as far as fight goes, it's much easier to see it if you're from a character's perspective. I think it's much easier to see what's happening in the fight.
Yeah.
I guess this is why people are complaining about it a little bit. I mean, I don't think there was like big complaints about it, but I have seen
notable.
Yeah, I've seen a few people talk
Something
about
of
it.
note. But yes. Speaking of rotations, I've been dying to ask someone about this now that I'm actually on a stream. We're a few weeks / months into the existence of Cathedral as a legal play Dominion map. What is your thoughts on it? Rotations was where my brain was going initially, but how has Cathedral felt?
I've actually enjoyed the map a lot since day one, like personally. The main things I've heard against the map is that it's like really small, which I kind of get, but also if you just look at Harbor, the map's pretty much the same size, maybe like, because the point-to-point rotation is maybe a little smaller in Cathedral, but bound to side points from it takes actually longer than on Harbor, so all in all, the map size probably like kind of evens out with Harbor, and
God damn it.
You don't have all the plunges and ledges and stuff that Harbor has. Infinite point stone around A. You don't have that on Cathedral, so I kind of like it. I think it's definitely a competitive map. Although I could not voice for the rest of the competitive community. It's just my own opinion.
So, I was giving Norgors and Rush shit about this yesterday, But there's two traditions in For Honor tournaments. The first opening round or two is always delayed, and then we always end up spectating like someone's broad game. I literally just did that while you were doing your opening explanation. Lucifer had an eye, but Cobra didn't. So I assumed maybe Cobra wasn't playing, because if we have a look at their team lineups, there is 5 players, so I thought maybe Cobra was like they were just using a different player instead of Cobra. But no. Lucifer's just doing their twosies.
Hey man, gotta warm up before the big match.
Spectate our custom brawls. Unfortunately, Irox, we need to be in a position to actually watch a proper game. So we'll be targeting actual games. However, early on in the brackets, like Acarix, if I got your name correct, is suggesting, now is the time to beg, plead, and advocate and cheerlead for your teams to be shown on stream. Unless the people smarter than me, like Rippy or the administrators, give us a overrule on what to watch, I can absolutely be bribed as to who we're about to watch. The current target...
If you want our team to be spectated, definitely like set early on, because once you get to round 4, 5, 6, a lot of the winning teams will fight each other, and that's the matches we'll go watch the most. So if you want to be spectated, the first 2-3 rounds, I'd say, is kind of where you're gonna be at. We can't guarantee we'll be able to spectate you, but there's less chances we'll be able to spectate you as the tourney advances.
Yeah. So we have had an admin override on the first game, unfortunately, Acarix. Washed versus Mutiny is going to be the first game up on stream, unless this takes several hundred business years to start, in which case, screw it, we'll watch yours. What's your team, Acarix? Why not? We'll get you next in queue, in case this one takes ages to go, which, as is For Honor tradition, it very well might bloody happen. Chat, is this real? No, we're all fake. We're all in your mind, my friend. We're actually voices in your head. See, filthy casuals, where are you? I could just control F, but I'm too locked in now.
You're locked in?
Filthy. It's first? You could have had the first bit? Acarix. Ugh. Revenge Family, first Filthy Casuals. Piggy, Maglu, Gaiman, The Log, versus The Yeti, Mortem Necro, Hashira, Devil King, Marshmallow, and Acarix. Okay, yes, go to your game and we will get to you soon if we end up spectating you. I have to make sure I've got someone as a friend on your team. Piggy RF and The Yeti, let me see if I've got either of them. Piggy, I do not have Piggy, do I have Yeti? No, I have neither of them. I'll need a friend request from one of the members of the teams. Okay, Cobra still does not have an eye. Pass one to you? Alright, I'll try my best to get that out quickly. Friends. Search. Acarix SOR. That's probably not correct. Let me just try copy-pasting from here. Yeah, hopefully this is exactly what your Ubisoft Connect is. It is.
I can't believe that's something I need to address. Sorry to cut you, Verb. I see someone in the Discord asking how to invite the other team. If anyone in chat right now doesn't know how to invite the enemy team, you just invite them in game, go in your Battlefight chat, make sure you get the character ban. Because yes, there will be one character ban per team in this tournament, if I remember correctly. And once that's all done, you invite the team captain, then invite their team, and you get started with the match in the custom settings. So there's not going to be an admin or anything inviting both parties or anything like that. You will set up your own game.
Okay, I've sent the friend request to you, Acarix. You should accept it through Uplay. Of course, it's Speckled Egg Day. Oh, I feel like chat's got some rivals already. Alright, so we still don't have an eye yet on Cobra Dominator. So yeah, we might actually take this second option that has appeared, potentially, once the friend request gets accepted. Is your Ubisoft Connect profile... Oh, wait, if they're about to go into game, he might not be able to see it. Oh, well. Well, I've sent the request to Acrix. Hopefully they're able to respond and grab it. Let me quickly just change menus. This always happens. I will always bash on about this till the end of time. First round delay is at this point a tradition. At least in the Swiss bracket, the timer is still going, so players are still hopefully playing. Okay, Rick.
Is the timer... Did you put the wrong timer? Is it an hour? I thought it was an hour and 15, right?
Oh.
On stream, I mean.
Yeah, I probably botched the timer. Might be.
Okay.
Yeah,
just making
so,
sure.
Yeah, I basically just assume, like, add 15 minutes to the timer, it's slightly wrong. Ah, there we are. I have Acarix. Accepted the friends, and they're loading up right now as we speak. I'm not seeing... If there's no eye on Cobra, I'm actually going to transition. Because at least we're getting active feedback from there. Unless I get an admin override to actually continue with Wash to Mutiny, I'm actually going to try and go for Revenge Family versus First Filthy Casuals. Since, you know, early bracket, now's the time. And let me just change this. On the first game of the day. That's not how you spell waiting, Oliver. Waiting. There we are. Jolly good. Alright. Cobra still not in possession of an eye. We're going to be waiting on that for a little bit. A break and run, another player who I've seen notably around, also has an eye. I don't know if a break and run is also in the traditional 2v2 practice lobby, Rippy. So that might not be possibly somewhere to go. I've got to ask Rippy. I'd like... 2v2 seems to be the place. Is Cobra game up? Try Ion Lucifer. The Ion Lucifer is 2v2 practice. I loaded into this before. Hello, Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I don't know
nice
if they're waiting for someone or something, but yeah. It's not 4v4 yet, you know.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the 4v4 match to start.
Yeah, it's just... We've already violated two of the traditional traditions. We spectate someone's 2v2 practice game, and the first round takes forever. It is what it is, which is why I'm suggesting we actually go to the Acarix game. Because Acarix is advocating for it, and also we have an eye! Yep. Okay, we're doing this, my good folk. Cut the Spotify audio, get the in-game audio. Rippy, we have ourselves a game number 1 here in the second qualifier here for the first leg of the Friend or Foe For Honor Decathlon. Revenge Family in the blue, First Filthy Casuals in the red.
Yep, exactly. I think everyone's pretty comfortable with Conquest at this point, but just as a reminder, the characters you see, whatever team wins, won't be able to play any of those 4 characters for the second match. So let's say the team that has a BP win, they won't be able to play BP, Kong, Hitokiri, or Kensei next match.
Yep.
So something to consider when you're thinking about the chars you want to play. You don't want to stack all your good chars in one Kong, because then your next Kong is going to be a lot weaker. So you want to try and balance both your composition throughout the set.
Alright. Okay, just confirming here. Do I have everything right? Always good to go through checks. Technically, my stream to you, Rippy, I think might be incorrect. Because can you see any kind of team names right now on screen, Rippy? Your Discord stream?
I can only see like the game.
Ah, I know where I boo-booed. I figured it out. I didn't do my thingy. Full screen projector. Over here. Then I need to change my Discord stream. Change windows. Screens. Screen 3. Bish bash bosh. From beginning.
Yeah,
there we are.
I see it now.
Yeah, so essentially, a little bit of behind the scenes as we load in. I'm on my third monitor, I'm sharing my Discord view to lovely Rippy here so he can see both the game, but also, like, stream details. Little trick I've picked up. Hopefully my computer doesn't explode doing it. But, here we are. Enough of the technical and into the mechanical. What are the splits gonna be? It's gonna be a traditional rollout by the look of it, Rippy.
Yep, it seems like it. I love those teams with, like, these matches with less known teams usually, because you can see any kind of rotations, but this time around we have 1v1 in mid, while the 3v3 happening on the C.
Indeed. This is what we're going to roll with for the time being. I also just realized I have my computer volume way down. Lol. Lamau even. Perisher Devil, however, goes low on the HP. That's going to be a low volume amount of hissing as they drop to the floor for the first blood in today's broadcast. Mao has to be a little bit wary of what they can do with the Pirate, but they team up to eliminate the Conqueror. A Conqueror and a Kensei in this game. Oh, you warm my heart.
Yep. The Varian will end up rotating. That's a good play right there. Will rotate to secure the fight in mid, but the Afira didn't even need him. The Afira is going to be able to just go and heal cap A, and they're probably going to cap the entire map from this in condition if they can basically land that gank, which that BP is doing a crazy stall right now. He's stalling good. The Hitokiri actually got in, and now he's going to try and stall again. 2 low HP gankers can really be catastrophic, you know, possibly early in this game.
Hitokiri, the traditional menace of the game right now in 1v1 scenarios. 1vx can potentially be tricky. However, you've got to really punish the Hitokiri for getting greedy with certain abuses of hyper armor. But of course, a good Hitokiri can wreck you, as we're seeing here. The devil is truly in the details. I say that, they immediately die to overrank him. I'm going to stop. Ooh.
It's going to be a big fight for that C point. Seems like both teams are willing to commit their entire forces, you know, to just cap that point. We'll see who gets it.
Bench, fed, Jaimain, feasting. What can they get done here? The stuff out of the stuff goes to revenge throw. No! The Afira stopped the revenge throw. Okay, gets a second one. What's the follow-up? There's your initial meal of the damage. Conqueror gonna go for the schmicks. Good parry. That's gonna be a full heavy. One more mix for the kill. The peel from the Afira! Piggy having some fun already. So saves the teammate, if only to allow him to go down again. But once again, Rippy, like you were talking about, more time being burnt. No one has control of C yet.
Yep, and that's completely fine to play well control C. You just want to make sure you're kind of like making more points on the rest of the map. Right now it's interesting because the orange team has had mid for the majority of that game, while the blue team has had hay for the entirety of the game as well. And mid will generate more points, but A gives them like a point to heal and fight for mid if they do need to capture mid. Seems like mid's going in their favor now, and now orange.
What is going on with that shield? What is this shield?
I haven't seen that dog on Afira, actually. I've seen it on Vlad, but not Afira. That's interesting.
That's funny. Moving on from haunted armories, back to C, where the fight still has not ended. The Black Prior just went down, Yeti gonna be put completely extinct. Jaimain trying to help out Mauglu VD. Meanwhile, Akarix on the Kensei and the Conqueror there, my 2 favorite characters in this game. Come on, show off some stuff here. Okay, I'm sorry, possible cursing coming. Call me the Gorlock here. Just oh, yeah, that happened.
Now that game is it's going bad for the orange team, because not only do they got no side points, but they are very much down the hard points and renown as well.
Looks like there's a play happening over here. 2 people pinch it off on the connector, and Piggy's up top fighting the Hitokiri.
Yeah, this T1 available, and about to get T3 as well. That's going to be a crazy 1v1 if Hitokiri wins this.
I was about to say who potentially has the advantage at a 1v1, but right now the answer is whoever's got more HP, and that's Piggy. Successfully makes the read, dodges the full Senzon sweep, and gets the pickup. And now we move into a 2Z situation.
I like that the Afira is trying to confirm damage for his teammate. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it. Does it pretty early, so ended up getting flipped or can get buried. But I like the attempt that she's making at confirming damage for his teammate. That's something you don't see a lot in I guess I'm gonna say lower elo lobbies, even though these players aren't bad at all. It's not what I'm trying to say at all.
It's not as frequent to see.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the attempt that this Afira is making, confirming damage for his teammates. And right now it's just a totally dominant game for Revenge family.
The Revenge fam looking to try and push this into a full rout of the first filthy casuals. And they're going to have to clean up their act, at least for a little bit. Mid is being pushed, and Inspire is there. That will help the minions attack further and faster, but however, it's not their minions being affected by it. Gunpowder Surprise deployed. The 1 OG pops the heal to save their pirate, giving them enough time to get revenge because they got fed it. And now let's see if Mal can stop popping off. Hashira Devil is low, getting peeled a bit by Yeti. Acarix drops to the zone, and Yeti bought enough time to allow Piggy to run down from A. And is the rotation going to be enough? Mal, what's Mal doing here? Mal's going to make a decision. All right, that'll do. That's all they need for the time being. That is a solid enough first gambit. A very strong lead for the Revenge fam early into this game. Reminder, this is first to 3. Sorry, first to 2,
Yeah,
best of 3. I need to
say.
change that at the top. Whoopsie daisy. Last second production, folks. This is best of 3. So there is a chance to come back, and it is Swiss bracket, so it's not like you lose twice and you're out. You've got a full 6 round of games to play and possibly a tiebreaker.
Yep, although I think if you do lose twice, your chance of qualifying are basically 0, right? If I remember correctly, you need to lose once at most to qualify. But there's more qualifiers to come, you know? Use this as practice, as experience, and if you don't qualify this time, you have 2 more chances next weekend.
Indeed. Good morning, Rush. Nice to see you. Who
Back
do
to
I...
the game though, that JJ 1 HP fighting for his life. Interesting T1 by him that I didn't notice until now. You usually want to prioritize the damage to your entire team instead of just getting it to yourself, but it's been working for him clearly, leading this game 900 to 300.
We can take a look at the rounds of Senbon Sakura gets parried by Gaimane. Excellent reactions to be able to stop that fully coming in. That could have been admittedly set up by the Yeti, but it seems like they weren't able to get it happening in time. Remind me, is there any interactions like, oh, whoa, we'll talk about that theory in a second. Tier 4 eliminates Acarix. Last person standing is the Tin Can King Marshmallow. Can they clutch this up? But I get a feeling they're about to get roasted over an open fire.
He's got it. It's honestly, it's winnable. Oh, he's dead. He's alive.
No more high fort clips to be had here. Feats everywhere. Watch the renown. Tick, tick, ticking up. Kaboom. That's unnecessary, Piggy. Just hit them. I mean, yeah, it's a conqueror, but seriously, just hit them. Oh, there's a tick. There you go.
Yep. Well, pretty solid game from Revenge Family, showing that they're not here to be messed with, you know? They're here for the W.
Indeed. A strong first start. Very strong first start for the Revenge fam. The attackers almost had a 006 on their hand, but they were able to avoid it. FYI, by the way, that timer up top left, I will be adding 15 minutes to it soonish. When we get to like 35 minutes, I'll take it up to 50 minutes. Let me actually make that change now. 50. And then I just wait a bit. There we are. So, game 1 in the books. 1-0 to the Revenge fam. Helps if I put this up correctly. There we are. Game number 2. Characters are now locked for the first, for the Revenge fam.
Yeah,
and
they won't be allowed to play JJ, Varangian, Afira, and what was their last char? Pirate. Yeah. So any of those 4 chars are not locked. They'll have to go with other chars, and also the map pick will go to the Filthy Casuals, I'm pretty sure.
I was trying to
go
play...
over the rules to make sure, but I'm pretty sure losing team picks the next map.
Oh, hang on. Acarix is in the chat. I was trying to play Griffin this game, but I had to use Kensei due to having to add y'all. Terribly sorry, Acarix. My apologies.
It's definitely your fault, Verbalosity, and, you know, can't believe you do such a thing to our fellow competitors.
My sincere apologies. I will endeavor to add people quicker in the future. But yes, who we got in chat coming out today? I see everyone coming out right now. Yeah, Officer Short, just follow the command I put in chat. That's the person you need to add. Hello there, I have memes, and Senzo Reaper, and Creature. Everyone turning out.
Welcome, welcome.
And hello there. Oh, hello there, King Angela. It's nice to see you as well. I think Feekook is oh yeah, Feekook is playing today, I believe.
Yep.
I think we did actually spy that somewhere in the brackets. Oh, we have an eye. There we are. Round 2. Okay, reset the timer. There we are. Add the 50 minutes. So yeah, 50 minutes. General Kenobi. Hello there, Smoked Herb. Long time no see. Hope you're all doing well. We've been doing wonderful. Outside of a little bit of production emergency at the very start of the tournament, we're here now. We're sorted, we're stabilized, teams are on the correct sides. It's a good day for Oliver. Composition, though, here, Rippy, what we looking at for Revenge on the left?
Yep, seems like they went for more strong characters. There's so many good characters right now that even if you need to make 2 or even 3 columns, you'll still have a lot of good characters. Griffin, Shaolin, Nobushi, Orochi. A lot of good characters. Griffin brings massive damage. All 3 of the other chars can peel and confirm for him as well, you know? You've got gangs with the Shaolin and the Orochi as well. You've got a bit of everything, strong feats as well. You get a healing from Griffin and Shaolin. Definitely a strong comp. All things considered. On the other side, we got a bit more, you know, exotic picks.
Yeah, like Lawbringer, Kyoshin, and Gladiator have stepped up. Yo!
That's also what I like about, you know, these kind of matches. You get to see more characters, you know, that you don't usually see in those matches. Lawbringer being one of them, Gladiator. I've seen a bit of Kyoshin. I think Toadmine was playing Kyoshin, but honestly, you gotta get that guy with that char. Like, the Kyoshin's gotta go.
As Kyoshin stonks down these days.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Kyoshin character. At least what I can say is there's a lot of better picks out there. For sure.
Alright. We are loading into the newest ground of battle, the land of many former Brawls tournaments. And Shugoki's running backward and forward, now refurbished for a more honorable purpose. Welcome to the Cathedral. We're going to start here over on C Point, where it's going to be a Shaolin and a Griffin teaming up against the Lawbringer and the Glad. Initial impression you'd think would be advantage to the blue team in terms of the raw comp.
Definitely think that way, yeah. Lawbringer and Gladiator not known to be the strongest team fighters. LB can be surprising, you know, he has some pretty good hitbox on a lot of his heavies. If you're not careful, you can be caught by them. But he will end up just going down to that Shaolin zone. And now a good parry and shoots up a gank from it. Good parry from the Gladiator. They didn't go for, they could have went for a heavy of that parry, like double heavy, with a Shaolin kick for the next heavy. Would have been dead right there, but they went for another gank, ended up getting revenge, and giving a chance for the Lawbringer to come back from spawn and maybe help his teammate that's stalling right now.
Ow. Nice and patient, wait out the revenge, and meanwhile, the Revenge fam are also finishing off their meal in the mid lane. If we hop on over to their Orochi, we're seeing the 1OG, I don't know how you pronounce the name properly, currently squaring off against the Jangjun, and Piggyora from the Nobushi going up against the Harashira Devil in the mid lane and having a good run of it on all angles.
Yep,
Where should we look?
You know, I'm gonna bleed him out a little bit, and should be a pretty easy 1v1 from there. Nobushi actually not a bad 1v1 at all if you can't react to the kick. She's actually a really good one if the kick's not being reacted to. Because she's already got good defensive tools, even when you're being reacted to. So if she also got offense in addition, then definitely not a bad 1v1, that's for sure.
Oh dear, Orochi Nobushi against you, that's a sucky place to be. The kicks, the bleeds, the Storm Rush setups, it's hard to deal with. And we can see right there why. Even no matter how much third hit stun reduction you're in, bleed does not give a flying fudgesicle. You're taking the full bleed. Scoreboard. Looking good once again for Revenge family, it seems.
Yep, up ahead, you know, the score's pretty even, you know, they're a bit ahead in the hard points, which will get catched up by the orange team having mid, and the preferred point in this map, which is C. However, the renown's pretty favored towards, well, a little favored. It's not a big advantage, but there is an advantage to the blue team for sure.
Oh, I stand corrected to tell her. It's GB defense reduction that it doesn't care about. Third hit stun it does respect. I apologize.
Oh yeah, I didn't say anything because you were on your flow, but...
Oh no, please, correct me. The thing about being the chair 1 role is, the brain for actually being correct goes down because the Yappington needs to go up. So your role is to be the smart one and tell me when I'm wrong. That is one of your primary jobs here. Although Yeti's primary job is currently to not die.
The big advantage I'd say that Bleed has is, well, first off, it boosts up the next heavy damage for Nobu, giving her 35 damage heavy finishers, but also does not feed any revenge. Well, it feeds the initial damage revenge, which is 2, but after that, the Bleed itself does not feed any extra revenge. So for an attack that would usually deal, 14 damage, 16 damage, it would deal like the same amount of revenge, not only feeds the same damage as a 2 attack damage would, pretty much. It's hard to explain revenge, but it's pretty much how that works. Damage, like the more damage it does, the more revenge it feeds. But in Nobu's case, you only get the initial 2 damage tick that feeds revenge. The Bleed does not feed anything.
Oh, unfortunate for Acarix. Already got softened up a bit by Piggy and then Guymane coming in to finish it off. Midpoint, a little bit more of a solid place to be for the defense. Of course, the attackers can take the stairs over, but you can also cut them off decently quickly because they're where they lead to on Cathedral. It's not exactly the quickest flanks in the world. Marshall, what are you going to do here, my friend? Marshmallow got to cook up something nice. This is not a good place to eat. Marshmallow needs backup. Where are the teammates? Let's have a look. Hashira, Yeti, and Acarix are being summoned to mid and A by the look of it. That's probably for the best. That means Marshmallow's going to be all on their own.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go for an XT there. Little tip and tricks, you know, from the players out there in chat. If you can get an XT, it's usually very important to get it because it will stall the respawns. So in a game where you're actually winning by 500 points, if you get a long execution, or even just like a decent side one, you just stagger the respawn and keep your advantage. In a game you're losing, executions allows you to get back that momentum and maybe make your comeback. So no matter what side you're on, you know, executions on a point you own are always beneficial.
Oh
or on
my.
a point that you're capturing, obviously.
Things are beginning to get a little bit snowbally here for the Revenge
It's
family.
looking grim for the filthy casuals.
Yeah, if we go to a wide shot, we can see the 3 of them just came off respawn. Acarix is heading to C. Yeti's gonna go reinforce Marshmallow, who direly needs help, and they've got one more player heading to the mid lane in the form of Hashira Devil. Yeti gets there just in time for his teammate to drop, and he's gonna go join him in the afterlife as well. Oh, the humanity!
Yeah, I like that they try and push the entire map at once. It seems like you would want to focus your efforts, but also when you're that far down, you just want to hope you win the fight on the entire map. So I kind of like that they're trying to go for that play, you know, attacking the entire map at once, but unfortunately they already had someone blinking, and they're just not going to win at 3v4 with feet disadvantage. Someone's going to get ganked somewhere, and just the rotation after that's just going to snowball the rest of the fight.
Ashira Devil now trying to do their best. The Griffin managed to sneak away early on. That's going to result in a Griffin using the tier 4 to heal up and come back with violence on the mind. One's down, two's down.
That T1's not doing too much with champions around, you know, the bleed T1 from the Kyoshin, just ineffective if you just have a champion aura healing you, but they end up leaving. That Kyoshin in a 1v1, not that it's going to matter for the game, but if he wins that 1v2, you know, he's going to get to put it on Twitter, you know, maybe cap C and...
Whip it. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh, dear. You're going to have to heal quick, Hashira. You need a crushing counter. Good effort.
Bye by that Kyoshin at the end. Good effort.
2-0 to the Revenge family for their first round of the Swiss bracket. You've still got 5 more games, potentially more to play. Dust yourselves off, my friends. All right. That one in the books. Let's go take a look at the brackets, I think. Let's refresh. Alright, here are the results so far. Freakazoids beats Lock-In. Cyrillic Gobur versus Team Prominence. Not Razon. Showering Dads. What the fuck? Beats Fury Empire 2-0. OS Bums, who we saw yesterday, up against Arm Punch 1-0. Hello, Break and Run. Nice to see you. Elden Bling, like the name. 2-0 CBMG. Stupid Team 1-0 down against Nut. Pink Underwear Reunion back from yesterday with a vengeance up against Shura, beating them 2-0. We don't need to go through the whole thing necessarily, but a break in the run's getting there 2-0. I see why that's break and run himself is in the chat. He's just chilling out. Is there any other games?
Might be able to catch
Where should we go?
Waj versus Mutiny game, maybe, you know, if...
Oh yeah, try and jump in halfway.
Yeah, we might be able to catch like a second or third game, possibly, if it goes there at all.
There we are. Okay, let me...
Because those two games went by rather quickly, and...
Yes.
This game was not started when we first...
Correct.
Started spectating.
We do not have an eye on Lucifer. Do we have an eye on Cobra? No, we do not. So either they're between games or they just finished. We'll have to potentially keep an eye on the old Eye of Spectator to see, but if we back on out, we can get a live readouts. Still not reported. So it might be a good idea just to hold fire for the time being. Big stretch. This is going to be potentially another long one here today, folks. Settle in. I know, see people coming into the chat. Pleasure to see you all. Juicy Fruit says, hello, I am the runs. I'm fairly sure they do medication for that, my guy. I am the and. Oh. You're specifically the and in that team. Good to know, Spruce. Hackerix, trust me, every single team has done games like that on stream. Trust me, it is the way of competitive. You've got a bunch more games to play. The fact that you guys have showed up in any way already is an honorable place to be. And I don't use that word because tee-hee for honor. But this game, playing it competitive is hard. To get your guys together, to schedule it, to play properly, to communicate properly in a competitive environment, especially with the spotlight on you of the stream. Just being here at all, that is a testament to your character. You guys have done well. Pick yourselves up. You've got more games to play. Alright, we're still waiting on the eye from Cobra. Is Lucifer gonna give us anything? Nope. Just in case this goes nowhere, do you think we could go for a backup target, or at least line one up, Rippy? Any ideas?
We definitely could. I don't have anyone in mind, so I'll let you choose that one.
I'm talking from team names here. Like, any teams speak out to you. Like,
None does.
Kings, Apollion's Warlords, stupid. That's Freak Nuts, and the number. Do I have any of those? I have Flipster. Do I have any of them? Nope. Back into game here. Yeah, I think we'll chill for a second. Just keep an eye out for the spectate. Although, you know what? Now's probably a good time to ask, since you mentioned this earlier on in that game. Kyoshin not being preferred. Why do you not prefer having a Kyoshin in right now?
Well, I just don't think he's really good in a lot of matchups, you know? His full block not being super effective with the amount of, well, first off, a lot of characters can, hyper armor through it, like throw like a zone or something and then hyper armor through it. Some other stars have UBs accessible to deal with it, and then some characters can also, zone and then parry, as an example, the full up. There's like a lot of options you have to deal with that full block, making it not as good as, let's say, a BP flip, Evering in full block. And he also doesn't bring too much, let's say, hitbox wise or offensively in team fights. So you're stuck with a character that's like a 1v owner. But if you're thinking about 1v owners, you'd rather run something like Ocelotl, Afira, even Warden nowadays been played quite a bit. I think 2 or 3 out of the top 3 teams have been running Warden, at least in scrims. So if you're gonna have someone that can go and run and play 1v1s, you would want a char that can do more in team fights and stuff like that as well.
Fair play. Good to know. Surzak says, Rippy is handsome and talented. As someone who has met him in real life in Montreal, I would agree.
I'm blushing.
Blush emoji. Best hair in comp ev age. It is a luxurious lock of mane. Rippy is a pimp. I didn't know he had a second job. Hello there, Pharaoh. Nice to see you. Hey, Diamond Johnny. I'm currently scouting through some other teams, seeing if I've got any kind of lineup for something to watch. Let me just... I'm so glad I put this command in chat. Yeah, it's like, if you want me to spectate you, if you care, you need to add me on the Ubisoft of Connect. J-Rai, we starting. Which team is J-Rai? I need to research that real quick.
It's the Wash team, the match we're waiting on.
That's them. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, JR.
Started like the first match? What happened? Has been started for 30 minutes.
Have they had a delay for this long, or have they been held? Like, what? Interesting. I don't know what's going on there. We'll find out probably later. Oh, JR's got an eye. Does Cobra have an eye? Cobra's got an eye. Oh, we're in. Bish bash bosh.
We're in.
And it's... Hang on, is this actually the first game? We're on Temple.
I've got no clue.
I'm gonna keep the score 0-0 for the time being, but if this is the first game, this is really funny to me, but there's probably been some sort of fire going on in the back. Okay, teams are on opposite sides. There we are. Here are the compositions. We're seeing the Black Prior, Jang Jung, Griffin, and Pirate for Washed. Mutiny is piloting a Nabushi, Pirate, and Orochi with the new skin, shout out, and the IKEA Afira. Nice.
Yep. I guess when you get teams that have a chance of actually qualifying this tournament, you won't see a lot of off picks. You know, there's gonna be a lot of them. They're gonna pick 8 characters from maybe like a 12 character pool usually. You know.
Yeah.
I wonder what the bans are for this match.
Alas, we do not have necessarily a guaranteed way to see those. Those are normally fed to us, but there's too many games going on to feed all the bans, so we're just going to have to imagine. I'm gonna say that Nusha was banned because I like to be contrarian.
A lot of bans I'm expecting this tournament are Varangian, Orochi, and potentially Shinobi as well. I'm thinking those 3 are the characters people really don't like to fight. So could really well be Shinobi and Varangian banned.
So Bucko and Vincent are gonna be the designated mid-lane jewelers, so let's hop over to see where the brawl is happening. Mamba.
Yep, the light bearer right there is gonna punish him for it and go to his heavy finisher. Will catch a pirate. That pirate's gonna be careful about, you know, going for the gunshots. Don't want to confirm damage on himself with it. Nabushi already low, eats another attack from the JJ. Did is sling all the 4 dodge heavy. The Griffin Mama trying to peel for JR, and it's actually a pretty close 2v2 there. I don't know what's happening on the rest of the fight. You know, that one been happening offline. Seems like a pirate won that.
Cobra killed Jinx.
Yep.
Yeah. Cobra killed Jinx outside of the camera field of view. That's going to open up some opportunities there. Poor Lucifer on his own. Cobra is connectoring.
Yeah,
Look
there's
at
not
this.
really anything to connect her for though, because everyone just died. It worked out anyway, but imagine this team gets senti ganked there, and you just connect her for no one to show up. In the first place, you'd want someone else to connect her, but you know, the idea of connectoring was good. I liked it.
Yeah, or perhaps, you know, if it was me in that position, I'd connect her because I run more of a risk of feeding revenge versus helping by walking away. Sometimes, and keep this in mind for your public games, the best way to help in a gank if you don't know exactly what you're doing is to do nothing. Unironically, sometimes the best way is to not mess up the gank for the people ganking. Although this
Especially if they know what they're doing, you do not need to do that in first dagger, practically ever. That's why you only see 2v1s, you don't really see 3v1s very often.
Ow. Shield to the face, nice knowing you. Vincent's got a choice, get the cutoff or go for a heal. Okay, yeah, and Orochi with a Storm Rush, you can leave, my friend. Poor Bucko.
And now Bucko wants to either get a win here or die quickly. I think he's gonna go for a win.
Attackers captured Zone C.
The Pirate's going for it. I wonder if they're gonna try and like chase the heal. They will send their JJ to fight the Pirate on A. I don't think the Pirate will get the cap. JR will be able to stop that, and then we'll be in a favorite 1v1. Ever since they made Bashes reactable, every char can kind of have a chance, or at least still have a chance that. Well, I can't speak. It's okay.
It's all good, you're Canadian.
Yeah, I have an excuse, but every char kind of have a chance, you know, minus maybe like Pirate and Zerker if you fight like very high reaction player and like Nobu. But aside from that, every chart I have like a neutral bash, have a chance at finishing someone else in Durlo. So you don't have as much priority on who you send to chase the heals.
Lonely Jinx making this fight less lonely, it seems though, Rippy, helping out Lucifer. However, Mamba has rotated over as well to make this very, very cramped for Lonely, who's backed into between a rock and an incense burning place. Revenge is here. What can they? Uh-oh, that's not good.
Solar panels. Solar panels.
Monka S. Memories of yesterday. We've had a DC. Okay, we're gonna let this roll, but this timeline might be pruned. We will have to see. But for the record, it appears we have lost a Griffin for the washed. Just to keep a note. Oh, we've had someone leave as well for mutiny. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, of course. Norgoz arrives and he curses it. The Gozlock has cursed it. Look what you've done, Goz. The moment you join, we've had 2 DCs.
Oh, man, they might as well. Pretty sure in the rules says to play the game out if there's a disconnect.
We're gonna let it rock.
I'm not the one that should. Yep.
Yeah. I'm
not an admin of this tournament, but I'm pretty sure in the rules it is said that if it's in the after 30 seconds, you play it out and then Fred in the decision after the game.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though.
Technically, this is equal because they both had a DC, so I guess we're going. My standard procedure here on commentary for production is just this timeline may be pruned, this game may not count, but I'm going to pretend it's valid until said otherwise. So let's.
Yeah, we'll wait for admin decision. We're just gonna do our job and cast the tournament, you know.
However, here though, Rippy, we do get the luxury that is bots sometimes have the best comebacks in history, and I don't know why, but it's really funny when it happens.
Some bots are tricky to beat, you know. You need. Funny enough, so, like, you need to, like, kind of know how to deal with bots. You can't just go and spam them. You're, like, paying to GB and stuff, and some moves are
The bot just dodge rolled a kunai! Bruh, let's go!
They're good. The bots are good.
Hits him with the decreased attack value. The decreased attack value actually helps JR with the longbow that hits him! The bot's actually got game sense! The bot's got game sense! Aww. I'm sorry, bot.
Was that a longbow?
That was a longbow from the
There
Nabushi.
is no way he just wasted his longbow on that.
Yeah,
well,
Jinx just popped
usually
it.
we'll wait at the end of the game, creature, whether there's a reset or not. We won't.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in case there's not a reset, you don't want to back out of the game.
Yeah,
whoever backed out will get down pretty much. Or at least I'm assuming that's how it would work.
Yeah, the talking heads are letting it rock.
Play the game.
We're letting it rock.
Just play the game and check with the admins afterward. I think it's the usual procedure.
Hang on a minute. Let's see what's going here for Cobra. Feat advantage. I was going to look at the Renown, but we've got a fight going on here. The Mutiny have significantly more feats available on some characters. There you see we got a tier 4 for Lonely Jinx. However, blue team outside of the bots has more of an equal footing in terms of overall in the team. I'm seeing, you know, Gorthar does have the bow. That could be problematic when that recharges. Admittedly, it doesn't matter if your opponent just feeds themselves to you in the middle of a minion lane. Good night, nice knowing you.
Those bots are just swinging at each other. That appear as something for that Griffin bot. Just want to see him down.
Nice, Bucko kills the bot, but now got to finish off Lonely Jinx. JR is rotating in though, so this will be of assistance. Nice strike! Ooh, excellent roll by Bucko, gets out of harm's way.
Yeah, we'll put the Doom Banner, good kill by JR there. You saw, I don't know if they planned this, but usually it's how you want to go about putting a Doom Banner down because you have a lot of startup time on your Doom Banner, which you can get attack from. You want your teammate to cover for you while you do so. And that's exactly what JR did. Went for a paint to GB, making sure you can not get good damage on the Doom Banner placer and just at most a light attacker zone or 4 dodge lights, something that does low damage usually. Cobra Dominator will cap this point, but will get pushed by Pirate. The Pirate 1v1 right there. Let's see if any of those two players can react. Good parry from Lucifer. Cobra doesn't take the bait. Good block. And I don't know if it's good reads or good reactions, but you know.
Yes, the answer is yes to that category. Bot gets ledged by Lonely Jinx, that's abusive. Wide shot. Now we have a moment to rest and have
two bots now.
2 for
when
2?
When did this happen?
What? That was probably why there was a little stutter. I was wondering
the
why that
entire
happened.
lobby's dying. So I think now there's definitely going to be a reset if there wasn't already one. But again, I'm not an admin. Do not take any
The
more
level
advice.
of is rising. Let's put it that way, Rippy.
Yeah, but definitely happens in For Honor sometimes where the
Oh,
lobby's just
here we
gonna-
go. Here we go. This probably means the lobby shut down at this point if the replay goes brr.
Yeah, it definitely happens in For Honor where the lobby just kicks you out. Like, we'll kick out like 4 different players just for the fun of it. I do remember on Xbox sometimes that would crash your stream. That was the great time of casting on Xbox.
Always fun.
Yeah, the game crashing would crash your stream.
Yeah, looks like this may get hung for a second. Hopefully, it does. Yeah, the match ended unexpectedly. Okay.
Alright. Well, you know, one by one they drop. Indeed they do. Indeed they do. Last one standing. Last one standing in the lobby. But we'll see. You know, I'm assuming a reset. I don't know if it was first or second game or even third game.
I have no idea.
But we'll wait for admin's decision. You
Yeah.
know? Maybe
We
if
got
Spanier Nutella can hear us, maybe they can pop in, you know? Tell
We got
us
some
what's
time
up.
to yap. We got some time to yap while we're
We
going
do,
on.
we do.
By the end of the game, it's gonna be all bots PvI. You know, Roush, for like, there are 2 troll tournament concepts that when you don't update overlay. Oh, hang on. Is there something wrong with the overlay? Hang on a minute. Am I missing something? Scorpion, talk to me. What's going on here? Also, hello, Eris. Nice to see you. Scorpion, are you trolling me? Am I missing something here? No, don't bloody troll me or I'll ban you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. There's 2 troll tournament formats I've always wanted to see happen. One is the famous is it super high damage or super low damage 3v3 tribute tournament that always gets memed about. And then the other one is an all bots tournament. Yeah, I don't know what the live score is, because if we go here and I refresh it, it's been 0-0 for the longest time. And it still says 0-0.
We just have to know what the score is. Just know the score for Verbalosity.
Just know the... In that case, Scorpion, if you are a professional knower, would you care to enlighten me as to what the score is? I wish to become a knower. Would you be willing to bequeath the knowledge? Was Temple a win for Mutiny? Or who? Okay, now you're asking who won.
All my homies ate Scorpion. I just have to drop that in here.
I'm giving you a 1-second timeout because you have annoyed me.
Yes, please do.
You get a 1-second timeout. Don't say you know the score and then ask who won, you belligerent fool. Ugh. Anyway, bracket time. Let's have a look what we got going on. So, Honors and Kings have not reported in. Oathbreakers 2-0 the Slugs. Boyd 1-0 up against Gigasus. I know who won, but I'm not good at memes. I have memes. You gotta have memes and a timeout here in a second.
Nah, you just saying that's what Scorpion said.
Citadel was played before Temple and washed won the first game. Okay.
So it's 1-0. There you go.
1-0-1.
Now.
Thank you. You have been a wonderful contributor to the stream as a field side reporter.
He's not. He's not.
Thank you. So yeah, it's 1-0 it seems. Also, folks, this is why you update the bloody battle, right? Can I also get a 1 second?
I know I do it sometimes. I don't update the score myself, but honestly, as a caster, it's nice to have the score because you can just actually know like which match you're watching and what the stakes are.
In the end, these tournaments would happen even without a stream. Competitive integrity comes first, but at the same time, come on. Can you say I have meme sucks? I have meme sucks. Although, hang on a minute, side note for a moment, I heard through the grapevine I have memes that you've got a casual interest in commentary, that you might want to give it a bash someday.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I heard through the grapevine that that might be the case. If that's the case, we'll always welcome new blood. Like, slide me a DM and we'll do a practice with you. Okay, so... we have an eye again on JR. Hang on a minute. Temple Garden's back up. So I assume if I had to infer the result, they're just restarting?
Yeah, because it's the same comps anyway. If the game was to someone, they wouldn't run the same characters. One team would have to switch, so it's a restart for sure.
Well, no wash. Thank you for confirming that. Thank you for confirming that, Spaniard. Scorpion was not in fact trolling. I want to try it sometimes, yes. I think it will be based and I get to timeout Scorp. No, commentary does not mean you get moderator powers.
But we would give it to him because that would be funny.
You guys were highlighting over Cobra's first team, so I thought you guys spectated it. We were initially going to, but then we hopped away to another set because that started up sooner. Then we came back here.
We fell asleep before the game started, is what he means. Alright, well, 20 minutes to get this game done and possibly a third game if Mutiny wins this.
Alright. Redo. Let's see what the rotations is.
So, they will send 3C. Seems like they were starting to send 2B, but they just went for the
Reconsidered it.
1B, 3C, yep.
Alright, let's go back. We have pruned the previous timeline, and we are now in the correct one, as mandated by the TVA. Gotha fighting Mamba before rotating over. That Orochi is so efficient in team fights. A lot of people were shocked that Orochi got out relatively scot-free from the latest patch.
I was one of them. Orochi is definitely in a tier of his own right now. Maybe with Shinobi, maybe with like Grangan, but Orochi just has such an impact with those side heavies, with those dodge recovery cancel. Even with like that kick pressure he can use in some instances. Really, really strong character right now. And Mamba will feed revenge, and that is probably the end of this team fight. If they had any chance of coming back from this, this might actually be the end of this team fight. But they will give revenge to Bucko that I guess one is 1v1 in mid, because Bucko was team fighting in mid. I like blink, and now he's on C. Anti-ganking. You know me. He has 1 HP though.
Bucko. What a flip!
Okay.
Let's go, Bucko!
That was crazy. That was crazy flip. I guess his team was there to help him anyway, so he would have won it anyway. But that was a great flip, you know. Basically turning a 1 HP 1v1 into a win. Great stuff.
The koi fish are getting fed well tonight off the rip. Let's ride along with Bucko, who has the Doom banner because of that little streak of his. That may be profitable in the upcoming fight or two here in mid. JR? What? JR's very low.
Time to use his Doom banner, you know, might be able to swing the team fight for his team. JR is going down. Bucko's gonna try to go back to C, making sure they can't make a push on it. But he will take some damage doing so. Great kick from Nobushi. Made a reach, he wouldn't go for a flip. He goes for a flip right there, but gets GB. The Nobushi is going for a quick XC and will rotate to C. Actually, the XC is kind of semi-long, but you should get the cap anyway.
Perhaps Jinx was confident that the team could clean up the rest of Mutiny around the map.
Yeah, they did clean up the map and having a triple cap, you know, JR trying to push a heal, but will get connected off and possibly ganked while his entire team is off respawn. And he's already lost half his health to a 1v1, and now they can just fully gank him. They do make a mistake there in the gank and will end up getting punished. That UB almost kills them, and that will be a gank.
Cobra went to mid, and Mamba and Bucko were dispatched to try and save their now fallen comrade, but the respawns...
But they are losing this fight.
The respawns were so rough, Rippy.
It was. That's why I'm saying, you know, if you can get an execution and delay someone, you know, then you get a bit of your back control, because they're only Jeri was allowed to push, and his whole team was delayed.
Yeah, JR's just out of spawn now, gonna try and help out Cobra against Finsen. GB confirmed not found.
They're fighting for his life, but will go down. JR will do a push on C. Will they be able to stop that? I feel like the connector is good in mid, and they got A as well. I should have kept it.
We're hopping around a little bit. There's lots of things going on. Jinx up against Cobra. Bucko ends up dying over on A. He got 2v1'd by Gorthar and Lucius, or Lucifer over there. Lucius, I'm thinking of a D&D character I DM for. Gorthar rotates.
Oh, that's actually, no, they're gonna get C now. Oh, they didn't connect her to JJ. They almost got C. That appear as their T1, however, will be a tough 1v1 for this JJ.
The rest of the team is behind them. Oh, Bucko's here, though. See if they
Let's see how that game goes for them. Will pop the Doom banner, doesn't get punished too hard for it.
Oh, that's not Doom, that's Fear itself! That's the pissed off version!
How does he have Fear itself?
Oh wait, there's a Doom banner and Fear itself! There's two of them!
And he died with Fear itself, and damn, that is a good play from Wash there. Will take down the Fear itself early on in this game. He will get it back before the end of the game, but there's a good play, you know. Because he got Fear itself very, very early, but didn't get a good use out of it.
Yeah, Gorthar's at 337 renown in a very quick fashion.
It's impressive, yeah, for sure. This is for London mid. Will try and survive the best he can. Orochi back from spawn, helping his team. Doing a really, really strong job in this game, you know. Showing why Orochi is such a good character. Will try and chase that pilot down, will get parried. And doesn't want to be too greedy here, you know. Doesn't want to take his entire health bar down, especially with Inspire there. None of his teammates will be able to help him, and he should get ganked. And nothing could do there. Good gank by Wash.
Lights sprouting up all around the map. Where should we look, C or A?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Orochi's kind of broken. A little bit, you know. Mildly broken.
Looks like A's been cleared up for the Washed. Oh, sorry, for Mutiny. Washed, meanwhile, fighting hard for C. Finsen once again being the lone survivor on the C point. Seems to have been a consistent
He can stall
theme.
until his fire gets there. His fire has trick shot. That can be a big turnover. Good dodge there on the kick. Good light there. Gonna use hitbox. Will kill the Griffin by himself. Gets his T2. Has his T1 available. They use trick shot. Will beat a shooting miss as well. Perfect execution from the orange team. Gets the gank there. Gunshot from blockable. And will stop there. Leave probably the Orochi or someone to 1v1. A good GB there. And the longbow was not necessary. A bit of a waste, but at least to get a kill quickly. Getting a triple cap. And
where's the team?
you know, gonna try and gank them. Bucko
Yeah.
rushing in
Bucko's
and
on his own
1v3.
all the way down there. Mamba has to split off and JR has to go mid. The entirety of Washed is super split up right now.
Yep. Good read by the Orochi. Will take Bucko down. Going for not a long XC, but might still get him breaking. And yes, he will be breaking. Wasn't the longest XC he could have taken, but still managed to get him breaking. That is good execution there from the orange team, getting the map and keeping the map, you know. If they can just keep mid for a little longer, that game's gonna be as good as over.
Crucial fight happening both in mid and here on A. Either of them are wins for Wash. They unbreak. Let's try and keep an eye on both. The longbow makes it easy, but Cobra unbroke mid lane. He killed the final few minions required. Cobra, the savior for the Washed.
The savior, but also he's in big trouble because now he's 1 HP, gonna go down. Now that he's breaking from only A and C, a lot harder to rally if you're breaking from both side points.
Everyone's coming.
If you're playing his health, you know, trying to just stall the body, you know, they're gonna all rotate towards mid, try and stop the respawn. Bucko dropping Doom Banner. This Orochi getting Fear itself. It's the purple battle between the Orochi and the BP, but the BP will lose that one this time around. Jirai doing his best in the gank, and we'll just go down to Nabushi, Fear itself gank. That heavy probably did something like 50 damage easily, probably even more.
The amount of damage was yikes. I believe that's the official number, was yikes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was a pretty strong win this time around for Mutiny. We're hoping maybe to see a close last game, you know.
Indeed, 7 minutes,
They
48.
also only have 11 minutes left, so the better get started quickly. That Orochi went really strong. I mean, so did the other members of that team, 10-1, 11-1. But that Orochi went strong from the get-go, just getting fast speed advantage, fast map control to his team. And Vincent with the Fear just, you know, the KD might not be as good as his teammates, but you need someone to just keep the map, you know, and kind of play the map and not the KD, so...
Indeed.
Worse KD doesn't mean that you played the game worse, it just means that you didn't get into the winning fights.
Get your tissues out, lads. It's time to cry about it. We're going to St. Bridge.
Damn, so Varian is played, so what got banned is my question.
Looks like there has been a possible team swap. Let me check. Cobra is on washed. Yep. Team swap.
Yeah. But you know, I wonder what the bans are this time around, because I assume Varangian possibly, but Varangian is being played right now. And
Ocelot?
we've
No, he's in play.
We've seen Orochi. Yeah, we've seen Ocelot, Orochi, Pirate. We've seen all the good chars. So I'm assuming
Shaolin and
Shinobi
Shinobi, maybe. Scorpion suggesting.
Xiao and Shino. All right. Well, I'm assuming they've seen their game chat. So Xiao, Shino, gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you kindly. I see people piling in the chat. Hello, Raptor, Roche, Fnatic, Kamikira. I smoked the herb, Sprightly.
Yep.
Everyone's turning now. Good viewership for this. Appreciate it.
Yeah, welcome to any new viewer. You're the knower. Depends on what. Alright, Sangbridge, my favorite map. Let's see what happens. It would be a real Toronto tournament without some Sangbridge action.
I feel like there's an asterisk on that sentence, my favorite map.
Captured Zone A.
I feel like there's a little mark there. I feel like there might be some feelings underneath that statement, my friend.
That's my favorite map. Sangbridge and Beachhead, you know, the only map you should play. Oh, we're singing PK, you know? They got on the Blitz bigs, you know? Let's see if you can make it work as good as Blitz did yesterday.
Lonely Jinx.
Early on, the entirety of Wash blinking, but Ito and Ocelot also blinking. Bucko, the only member of his team, still having decent HP. But PK doing some damage with her $4 JV. Gets a kill here. A lot of renown.
The
Also
flip.
running last lap.
I mean, why not? It's funny. It has a giggle. And
If it works, you know.
I've got to say though, Bucko's been playing lights out on the BP. Consistent,
getting the
fantastic
really good
flips.
Will go down, unfortunately, and both the PK and Varian will get to heal for free, but Bucko really made sure he couldn't get a push on C before dying. Well done.
Bro, why this guy sounds exactly like Rippy? I don't know why, creature. Perhaps.
That's crazy.
I believe we actually got a Rippy impersonator. We hired them.
I've practiced my entire life to sound like Rippy.
It took a lot of money, but we actually got the impersonator in. It's good. Rippy impersonator, what's going on in this fight?
I don't know what Rippy would say in that situation, but if I do say so myself, I think the PK is still dominating, getting everyone low, bleeding everyone, and that's nice to see, you know, some little off fakes, you know, doing the work. Bucko will punish her and try and get his teammate out, but that PK will just catch up. Cobra Dominator can't block that one. Bucko gonna try and 1v1 that PK now, but the 1v1 is where the PK wants to be, you know, tough character to 1v1. We'll get the good reads. Bucko already lower than 1 HP. Bucko already 1 bar pretty much. But good read with the undodgeable. And the dodge attack, and now it's just gonna chip him down, and that's a win. The PK will now rotate out for free while his team keeps mid-control. That PK destroying right now, for sure.
I saw a question in chat about the rules. I would highly recommend, if you're curious about the rules, go read the rules document. They are listed on the Battlefy page. If you want to find the Battlefy page, put !! bracket into the chat. You will find it there. Back to the game, though. Orthar on the Ocelot. Let's see what they can get done here, Rippy.
Yeah, I will remind to your viewers out there that Ocelot T1 is indeed banned, which I think is a very good decision from the admins. But yeah, you won't see the funny ghost from that character. Still a good character though, good 1v1, good gangs, decent team fight. So, but you'll see that character in the tournament for sure.
It's getting real hectic here. Gorthar from the Orochi over to the Ocelot due to the Conquest soft ban rules. Tries to roll out the minions. They almost gets him killed. His own allies has to get away.
Really good, really strong job from the blue team in here. Mutini just getting out when they need, and the PK just doing a crazy job right now, just keeping those players from chasing his team member. He will give his life, but you know it allows the blue team to just rotate out and heal for free. Even though they haven't gone any strong push, they're up by a lot of points right now, and a lot of renown as well. If you look at the renown, like 64, 58,
Bro.
51, 33 versus 212, 198, and 103. It's just completely dominant game. If they just use their renown right now, they should have a pretty easy time to win. Watch will really have to like play strong to get a comeback here.
Yeah, Finson already has tier 3 online. Lucifer has tier 2, almost threatening the tier 3.
Strong mid control still by the blue team.
And Lonely Jinx has the oh-so-terrifying Sharpened Blade on deck.
Should pop it right now. Should just immediately pop it. He's gonna get it back pretty quickly.
They got Mamba's breaking.
Mamba trying to... Yep, he's trying to make it work, but against the PK it's gonna be tough. He doesn't have any healing as well, so the bleed's gonna be really scary, but he understands he has to make that push. He has to make something happen for his team to be able to make a comeback. Good bleed there. We'll get early damage on, and the zone lands. Good parry by Mamba. The gank will happen, but good parry from the PK. Can they set it up? They set it up quickly. Mamba already low. They transform into a team fight. They're gonna be at a slight disadvantage. A pretty big one, actually. Another bleed, and Mamba's dead. Nothing to heal himself with. And now it's gonna be getting for the blue team, just getting even closer to their T4 with that renown they're getting right now.
Yeah, Washed is having to do a few more desperate gambits to get control back.
Seems like they're doing good in mid, but won't be able to keep it for super long with the blue team rotating in there right now.
Yeah, like what's
the blue
going
team
on?
trusting the PK with that 1v1. The very end will just run out of screen, come back for the heavy, and that's just the end.
Bucko's on his own.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, Bucko's on his own. Teammates only just arriving in. I'm getting
Yeah, Ocelot is also a scary character to fight in 1v1.
Why is that?
Well, its chain bash is really strong, 18 damage, and you will never get a GB out of that. And you get to just keep chaining. So let's say you'll go for your 18 damage bash. If it gets dodged into a dodge attack, you will just chain with your high powered zone, and even though this will be blocked, like you can dodge attack and block that zone, you still get a bit of chip back into that same mix-up. So the risk reward of that move is super in Ocelot's favor. In addition to 400 MS chain lines, which are really strong. And a neutral bash also is unreactable to get into those. Although it is pretty punishable.
First break of the game. Mutiny are putting Washed on a very precarious place. Set point on the line as well. Finsen trying to do the hold of the enemy's home point. Oh, I had a bomb go off. Bucko kills Lonely Jinx, but Lonely Jinx, I believe, used the laugh to kill Bucko at the same time. One person down for Washed.
Already down. Benson's gonna go down, but it's just a...
They broke mids. They broke mid here, Rippy. They get an extra chance, but they just lost JR in the mid.
Yep. Lucifer will go down. They will keep their control C and mid. Where's the res? Is the res in mid?
The who, sorry?
The res.
Oh, the res. Yeah, JR is in the mid.
Oh, they're gonna get it. Alright, they have a chance if they can just keep a strong...
And Mamba got the full execution, but Cobra sacrificed himself to do it! Like, Mamba did the bell ring one, the really long one.
Yep, and they get the res again. They're fighting for that. We'll get all 4 of their players back up, and I wonder if the blue team wants to, like, maybe reposition, but no, JR is low, so definitely want to keep pushing that one. I was wondering if they might want to just, you know, reset and just reassemble for their push, but with 2 people low HP like that, it's worth just going in. We'll get that bear, and now that 1v2 is very likely to be won by that PK. Good GB there on the recovery. We'll try and stall that, and PK is just getting even more damage. We'll get GB'd and pushed in. No one was able to help her. Good connector from Bucko and Mamba, but Mamba is in trouble in mid, just isolated. All 3 of his teammates can help him. We'll get a shield.
The shield!
Can he get out? He's out of stam and just gonna get pushed by Ocelot. If they win that game, it is gonna be crazy. Lucifer already low, and they're just fighting. They're just super fighting right now for life.
Washed are going so hard right now.
They decided they do not want to lose this game. They will try and fight for mid from it.
They are digging their heels in.
They will get Shemsora for the next fight as well, which is something to consider. It's hard to kill anyone when there's just HP happening.
Yeah, quick feat check. Go Thor, tier 3. Lonely Jinx almost has Last Laugh and Sharpened Blades. Lucifer, tier 2. Finsen, it almost has tier 4 back online. Doom Banner is already down. Bucko has to run back, it seems, have to put the Doom Banner down. Cobra's...
Yeah, that's a pretty weird time to go back down, but the PK gets loaded. Also low. Everyone kind of getting low on the blue team, and that might be a fight win for the orange team. They're getting really close to a double breaking situation as well. Good full block by the very end, but peeled out. GR really low as well. The Pyre now getting low. People from very end won't be able to be popped. No parry from Cobra Dominator. And the revenge, and now he might be able to
No!
P4. But the T3 will be there.
No fun allowed. The set mix special. Apply the
And it
Oathbreaker.
seems like they're going to be able to, once again, rotate out to get 1 kill.
Wait,
People rotating
defenders
out.
are breaking now. Defenders are breaking.
And Wash is actually winning this game. And they've got a strong control in mid. Won't be able to get that res very easily. That is a crazy turn of event. Down 500 points and now in a winning situation. The blue team will have to win the 3v4 when they fail to win, like, the 4v4 just before. Like 5 times
Here
in
we
a row.
go.
That T4 won't get anyone, but we'll at least clear mid. We'll rally them. Hold on.
Last Laugh is on deck. Sharpened Blades on deck. Jinx is going to be a huge participant in this fight. Here we go.
Chamsora pop. Yeah, Chamsora is on, right?
Yep.
Yep, it is. So Sharpened Blade won't do anything in that fight. Bucko getting really low.
Fury is about to be available. Mamba pops it as well.
Yeah, Mama popping all the feats, you know. We'll try and do the damage.
Bucko's down.
Blinking, trying for his life. Bucko is down, but so is he also low. PK also low. Chamsora just keeping the orange team alive right now. PK will decide to rotate out. Will rally his team. I think no one saw him. And the orange team will just rally on that.
Okay, we got a res. Something's going here. Vincent gets venge though. Vincent gets revenge. That's going to buy a bit more time.
There's no Oathbreaker. They used it the time before. There's no Oathbreaker for them. Mutiny no longer breaking, but I think A-Cat will be capped immediately. And all of them are low, you know? That is a crazy game. I don't know who's gonna win this, but Mutiny is dead.
What a
dead
comeback,
for good,
though. What a comeback. I'm trying to go for the wide shot to see where everyone's going. Lucifer's coming out of spawn. Lucifer's going to Mamba. Is Mamba going to jump down in time, or is he going to try and contest?
He has to contest it, yeah, if he gets put there. Mutiny has 2 down. I think that might be the end for the blue team here. PK fighting for his life to failing his good pops. Actually, it's an Oathbreaker. No, an Umbral Shelter. Sorry.
There you go. But Lonely
I'll
Jinx
get it
has the
eventually.
last laugh.
But everyone's low. We're not safe. I think
They have to ledger execute.
I don't know where PK's going. I don't know where he's going.
Oh no, the gate got brought down.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. He tried to help his teammate, but his teammate left. Hey,
Oh.
he panicked. The end game panic, but Wash
Yeah.
somehow getting that game. That is. I don't think we could ask for a better first round of the tournament. You know, we'll take it full round. We'll go 1 for 1 with a DC. Double breaking for I think 5 minutes. Well, double breaking for like 2 minutes, but you know, one team breaking for like 5-6 minutes, something like that. I don't think we can have a better match for the stream.
The mental fortitude required on many maps to be able to hold out like that is already like a test of your team's commitment and fortitude. However,
yeah, like if you just give up, you don't win that one. Like they kept pushing for it. For sure.
However, Sank Bridge, correct me if I'm not, as someone with a lot more experience playing on those maps than I, that is a volatile map to play on, right?
Yeah, Sangbridge like a bit of a weird case because if you remember way back in the day, people were saying it's like a really snowbally map to play on. That once you start losing, it's over. And people kept saying that for I think a very long time. But what I've been noticing, you know, ever since Dom changes that happened, like I think 2 years ago, 2 years and a half ago now, I think 2 years ago, something like that. It's not really as snowbally anymore. You know, you don't get I guess it's from the renown maybe that you don't get ace renown or something like that, or the defender renown. But I've seen a lot more comebacks happen on Stank-Bridge than ever since Dom changes Rob. So I'd say yeah, Stank-Bridge can go either way, even if you're at a big disadvantage. Round 2 is up. Yeah, round 2 is up already. So go ahead and start your matches.
Let's have a look at the bracket. I'm also controlling the bots in the chat simultaneously, so let me update the bots with the correct bracket. Fortunately, I changed 1 digit at the end of the URL. Save that. Jolly good. All right. Let's have a look at the potential games to play. Rippy, do you see any obvious ones we should be watching?
Let me take a look.
Here we got Slow Cars Break and Run, OS Bums Team Pepe,
Party of Russians fighting. I can't see him.
KTO Showering Dads.
Who's that? Showering Dads.
Let's load them up. Officer Shortburst, Gene Pool, Effin Washed, Toon, Jesus Christ, and Landonvis. And
I don't know any of them.
KTO is Yogurt, Fikuk, Arthur Ashcroft, Baron, Gestola.
Yeah, I'm not sure what match we're gonna watch here. You know, I'm trying to look through them.
Yeah, quick
If not,
scout.
we can go for
Yeah, this is the part, chat, where you can influence us. Admins haven't given us an overruling yet, so
yeah, we don't know like of a match we really want to watch. Of a match we really want to watch. So
yeah.
if
Suggestions,
there's anyone that wants a
chats.
match to be watched, then it's the time.
Cheerlead. You know, convince us. Who do you want to see? I know Break and Run are looking at making a second run through the tournament after yesterday. That's like Break and Run himself, Spruce Gravy and Juicy Fruit we've seen in chat, and Raptor X I think we may have seen, as well as their sub Pepsi Centurion. And then Slow Cars is IROC, we've also seen Steak Raccoon, Prideful, Jing Pong Shi, and Reaper. Chat is advocating for the Russians. I do believe I have some of the Russians. Let me check. Let me pull their bracket up. ATO. Yogurt, Arthur Ashcroft, Baron.
Yeah, definitely put that team as
Yeah, I've got Baron.
as one of the favorites for today for sure.
Okay.
I haven't seen them scram or anything, but you know, considering like how good they used to be, then I'd expect them to do fairly good today.
All right. KTO versus Showering Dads. Unless we get an overrule by the admins, this is going to be our next game.
All right, let's take a look at them. Yeah, might allow us to see, you know, if the Russians are in shape today. You know.
Yeah. I'll admit, unless these are some very dramatic name changes, I am not familiar with any of these people.
Yeah, it might be a pretty one-sided game for all we know.
Seed 19 versus Seed 49. Something to keep in mind.
Pretty sure they're seeded manually though. Randomly, I mean.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, might be. Oh, I'm getting more friend requests. Thank you very much for everyone sending me friend requests on Ubisoft Connect.
Verbalosity needs friends.
I need friend. How my account hasn't had like a Ubisoft admin check it for spam at this point, I don't know, because the amount of like throughput is probably kind of nuts in terms of the amount of friends I have. I have half the comp community in For Honor on my list. Not gonna lie. Alright, let me update this. ATO question mark versus Showering Dads. T2F on Shower is a name change, but I don't know whom it was previously. Thank you, Goz. Much appreciated.
I'll let you take over to Casverb. I'll just go grab some water.
Yeah, now's the time. So, waiting on the next game, we might as well potentially line up some successor games. Part of me is considering as a backup game, if we don't get this one quickly, Break and Run versus Slow Cars, because we've seen all of them in chat, and it would be funny. Spectate them. We also don't have an eye on them. I'm gonna wait for Rippy. If we don't have an eye, by the time Rippy gets back, I am also going to have a little commentator's break, but to expel water instead of drinking it. Everh friends, this be endless, bro. UI needs updating.
Expel water. I like this.
Indeed. But yes, you hold the fort for me. I'll be right back very quickly.
I got you. Alright, so what match were you looking to spectate? I don't remember what Verb said. Oh yeah, the Russians, right? Yeah, I'm thinking the Russians, you know, if they might be a little worse than they used to be, because I haven't seen any of them play the game until like this week and last week, but I think they're definitely still one of the favorites for this tournament. Have any interesting games happened at all? We probably got the best game of the tournament that just happened. It was Wash versus Mutiny, which is Mamba, Bucko, Cobra Dominator, and Jedi versus I'm not too familiar with their names, but Lucifer and those people, and they went toe to toe 1-1, and then had a last game on Stangbridge, and Wash was down 500 points, I think. Breaking, and they made it come back to double breaking. Teams rallied like 4 or 5 different times, and Wash just make the biggest comeback I've seen in the past, like 6 months at least. Was really cool game to watch, you know, really hype stuff. Spectators on? Well, I don't have any power on that. I'm not the one, Verb's the one spectating the game, so we'll have to wait for him to come back, unfortunately, so. I appreciate you telling me, though, for sure. Yeah, my PC could not handle streaming. Like, I might stream at one point, like, it's bad. It's bad. What rep? You're Rippy?
Oh god, I'm back! I'm back!
Information.
I went the fastest I could while still washing my hands. I'm back.
Keep telling us you wash your hands, we know you didn't.
I swear I washed my hands. I didn't even dry them properly. I just, like, put the soap on, put the water on, and ran back. Okay, we're here, though. How long was the eye gone?
Another PK. Not that long. A little
Okay.
bit, you know.
First time a Shinobi has made it through, and the first Medjay.
Yep, I don't know what got banned. Again, I'm gonna assume Varangian, always, because everyone hates that char. MI qualified yesterday, so the big name in this tourney are, like, the Russians, like the Mombino team, and I think that's the 2 main that I would be looking for winning this tourney. Although they got a really close set versus the Lucifer team, so maybe the Lucifer team also a favorite. So we're gonna see a 1-3 split. Shinobi gonna go mid fighting the Peacekeeper, and we'll have just a 33 on C.
All right, PK
I would
versus...
maybe spectate the fight on C as well.
Yes.
I think it's a lot more relevant to how the map's gonna play out than the 1v1.
Alright, let's follow along with Washed on the Medjay. Griffin vs Medjay, the battle of large hitboxes. I say that, you'd think it would be those two, but an Orochi is here, and Orochi side finisher heavy is about the size of a small city block. So that is something to consider.
They are for sure. That Medjay losing his health really quickly and will be in trouble early on that fight. Will just die to Arthur's light. And JJ not in a better position. We'll get GB for that finisher. Nothing he could have done.
A novice follows shortly. Tuning in the mid lane, deflected. Baron trying to go it. Watch the minions. The hit confirmed.
Baron will go down either.
Baron went down. He
They
got...
traded kill.
Okay. Is that going to res him, or is he going to take the respawn? He's probably going to take the respawn, right?
Yeah, they could. I probably would have res them before going to heal. They probably had time for it, but now they didn't take it. It's too late to take it for sure.
Washed is in the mid. Where's everyone rotating? Looks like a mass rotation to C. Let's keep an eye on that from the time being, while also looking at Fikuk.
Yep, this is gonna be just a quick gank, you know. A good one to quick gank. Shinobi just rotating and kicking, and that's the end. Yeah, I'm expecting a pretty dominant game from the Russian here. Seems like they're already holding that triple cap very well. No parries on a dodge attack. Orochi will get out. Will try and probably go heal to A unless he's bleeding out. I think he was. He will go down.
Oh, Tourney with an excellent parry, making the Florentine Assassin's Order proud. Baron, bleeding, not a good place to be for a Shinobi. Blood trails are notoriously easy to track.
Good GB, and that should be... I don't know, he can't throw. He can go for the wall throw, because you would go out of stand from it, but we'll get the kill.
Baron's alive! He's alive at 1
Baron.
HP!
Did PK not go for the third bleed stab? Because that would have been a kill. I think she didn't go for the third bleed stab, right? She only went for 2.
We might need a replay on that. Shout out to Arthur with interrupting the Exy. Optimal
but
execution.
the timer still hasn't started. That's the timer still kept like even though he got bumped out, the timer still like not being going on for a little bit. Something important to notice here. It was at least at 3 or 4 seconds where the XC timer didn't start, even though he got bumped out.
Okay.
I think it's. I'm not too sure. I think it's like execution specific though. I don't think it's like.
We can go back and look at the footage afterwards, I think, Rippy.
Most probably would have killed. Yeah, you're probably right, actually, creature. All right. I'm gonna focus on the game though. I tend to read chat a lot when games are
all
one-sided.
good. Like, this is the early qualifiers, you know. Chat is participating.
Yep.
These are the moments where, you know, foundational things should be figured out where possible. There's a triple stab right there.
Sure. Good gang there.
Don't touch Arthur. Let him die.
Well, they could try and get the XC potentially. That could have been useful for that part.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. If you try and get the X, is it worth
Especially
risking
since he was
Venge?
only half revenge. Well, he was half revenge. He could have GB'd for 4 dodge heavy or whatever it is. He could actually have gone an XC without stopping the game, but they could have then GB'd for 4 dodge heavy.
Oh, smoke bomb. Here we go. Return of an old favorite or foe, depending on what seat you're in looking at it. Quick cleanup by by KTO. Good stuff. What are the Russians gonna do here? Scoreboard.
Yeah, not much to say here. You know, they're fighting, but they can't win much fights, and the point advantage and renown advantage is just very overwhelming. It's gonna be almost impossible to come back. Although after the last game we saw, you know, I don't really say that something's possible because that was
a wild comeback.
It looked like an impossible comeback for sure, and you know they pulled it out.
So, the officer of the short bus, unfortunately, will be getting sent in a hearse. He's going to get long XC'd as well. Ladonvis, meanwhile, is not going to be able to stop that execution. He's going to get peeled off by Fikuk and Yogurt. Meanwhile, Baron having some fun with Ezio Auditore Deferenze. Yes, I know the full name. I'm an Assassin's Creed stan. Too. I love that series too much. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. How much? I'm not actually sure how much there is to say here. Like this is kind of getting a bit stumpy.
It's pretty one-sided for sure. We're gonna see if they can maybe do better in the next game. You know, maybe reconsider. You know, their calm, like maybe their witty team fight or rotate. Maybe come up with a solution on the spot. But as of this game goes, you know, it's gonna be pretty much impossible to come back, as I've already said.
A write-off is what this particular map might want to be considered as. Now, Showering Dads could consider perhaps maybe a comp swap. I don't know these players well enough to know what their mains are, or what they're comfortable with, or if these are like... Because, of course, in a Conquest format tournament, there is the concept of having second string and first string picks, so maybe if you feel confident in a first game, you don't pick your best characters first, you pick your seconds first, and then deeper into the set, you've got your stronger characters, there could be some stuff going on there. There's all sorts of aspects to consider when it comes to Conquest format. How much that may help the Showering Dads, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking just like a case here of experience, simply, you know, speaking.
You think this might be a little bit more of a simple, like, Krill issue, if you will?
Yeah, just a skill difference from the Russians just having a lot more tourney experience and scrim experience and just competitive knowledge on how the game should be played. So I think Showering Dad can maybe, you know, come up with some solutions, but I think it's going to be tough to overcome that experience difference that the Russians have over them.
Yeah, especially with For Honor, it's a very non-traditional fighting game. Not only do your players have to have traditional fighting game fundamentals of, you know, playing your characters well, knowing what your other characters do, but you've also got to have the team fighting etiquette and knowledge of a MOBA. You've got to be able to communicate well. You've got to know rotations, positions. It's like, in what game do you need, like, what other game on this earth does one need to consider both the concepts of proper rotations and frame advantage in the same game? It's a very hard thing to learn. Like, For Honor, it may seem very base, you know, Lamau spam R1 at a very service level, but at very high levels, and Rippy can attest to this to no end himself, you must have so many different skills on lock.
Yeah. It's like even like you have like also like sub skills in a way, you know, like let's say you need to be able to take your 1v1s and then, you know how to rotate and your ganks and your team fights, but let's say even throughout the team fight. You need to
Attackers win.
have good like overview of the game. You know, being able to know like what's happening around you. You need to be able to confirm and keep your health and how to block, how to use your external guard. Like it can go really specific of like a bunch of skills you need, and then you have multiple areas in which you need those kind of skills. So really complex game for sure to get into. More complex than it looks at first, for sure.
All right, game number 1 in the books for KTO. Give them a number 1 on the scoreboard. And we don't have an eye yet, so we're actually pretty up to date. Jolly good. All right. So, I mean, I could try and give you a challenge of what could showering dads do to make the next game better. It's probably, the answer to that is probably just finish their onesies and twosies and get better from there, but we can speculate all we want, or we can actually get moving. Here we are. Go to Cathedral for game number 2 in this best of 3. All right. So, compositions looks like, well, first of all, let me put the teams on the correct sides. I'm trying to quickly memorize what the Russians did. Baron is on Afira now. See a Zhang Jun. Also, how dare you, Snucko? Unless you're referring to someone else. Bit rude. All right. Rotations on Cathedral are normally to B and C.
Yep, seems like we get something a bit different there. We get a 1v1 on C instead of a team fight, and then a team decide to go cap A for free from the beginning. It will lead to gank from the Fear, and JJ will miss that one out.
Let's keep an eye on the B fight while also keeping an eye on C simultaneously. So far,
the blue team getting like an easy advantage from their ganks early on with JJ. Might win that one pretty convincingly, and it seems like they're doing really good in mid as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing mass blinking everywhere for, against showering dads. KTO having a grand old time. Yeah.
Defenders captured Zone C.
That's an ace. Authoritative ace. Ow.
Defenders captured Zone
Good
A.
thing that Ace Renown is no longer in the game, because just the fact that you can get like at least in my opinion, the fact that you can just grab an easy triple cap and a lot of point gen on the spot, having the extra haste renown was really not needed. I'm glad that it's gone.
The Novus trying to go for the chase. Catches though with the walk the plank. You're good. Caught, but fortunately, as Shaolin's hitboxes are very nice in these Titan scenarios in the close quarters of the Cathedral. Parries for days. Wash needs to be very careful of their HP. One touch, even with damage reduction, will kill the Magi. And we're going to see the result there. Minion, I think, might have actually helped with the kill there. The Dolvis making exquisite use of the pillar to get around. But will they be able to flee in time?
He will not flee against an Afir, I can assure that. But will turn out and fight him, and then JJ comes back to help and will get the kill.
Meanwhile, flipping over.
Minions either.
Good stuff. Meanwhile, flipping over, we're seeing over here on C, Tuning versus Arthur Ashcroft, trying to fight it out for control of C. And not having a good time, unfortunately. Ooh, long XC. Is anyone around to help? Ladovis has just respawned, but I think this is going to go all the way.
Yep, not really worth stopping a long XC unless you're already gonna make a push out of it, or you have healing to stop. But you wouldn't like run the point just to stop the long XC, because then you'd be stuck fighting there pretty much. So you could make a push out of it though. Definitely.
Pirate, let's see what they can get done here.
Yep, good stall character there, but against like Shaolin and Ocelotl, and every char is gonna be having a tough time in the game from that for sure. Both chars have really good games.
Short Bus just respawned. Renown is the highest on the team for them. However, Feats is still only a tier 1. Not the best scenario to be in, but it's still playable if the team can stay as a unit and not fall victim to the old Noah's Ark, dripping in 2x2, hurrah. That if teams avoid dripping in, at least if they die as a unit, they can come back as a unit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're dying in drips. Okay, at least a few of them are here in mid. It's going in a bit 2x2, but fortunately, at least they're dying near their spawn, which is conducive to getting people back quicker, but... Oh, parry. Ladovis can get something done here, maybe, but they're in the middle of the minions. It's not looking good. Oh, dear. Oh, hang on a minute. Question from the chat here, Rippy. Seeing a lot of Medjais in this games. Why are we seeing a lot of Medjay these days?
I think there's something about one of the characters could, like, you know, Medjay was like one of the best characters for like months and probably years at this point, you know. He's still like a really good pick, obviously, but something about a char being good for that long, it ends up having a lot of people picking him up, and so it just becomes like a comfort pick for a lot of people. I think JJ is a good example, even though he's not like a top 4 character or anything like that. You still see a crazy amount of JJ because of how long he was a good pick, you know. People end up picking him a lot.
Some points are being generated because the Medjay washed for Showering Dads was able to get the cap on A to the side. Minions as well have been pushed through. Ladonvis, meanwhile, is actually doing a commendable job holding the attention of KTO here. So Showering Dads are getting some hard points on the board as we speak.
Yeah, seems like they're doing a good job, you know, keeping mid control right now. Maybe trying to create counterplay. That Pirate's doing his best to stall. Still doesn't have any fees though, and it's a big problem, you know. Even if they're making a comeback point wise, they're still so far behind the renown that the end of the game is going to be very in favor of KTO.
Teammates are here to assist Baron. Yogurt gotta try and stop them immediately getting jumped in, but in comes Tuning. That Peacekeeper is going to be a big problem with the amount of bleed available. Plus, the forward dodge heavy is such a menace to deal with at all times, and it has been essentially for the entirety of Peacekeeper's existence. That thing is an intercontinental ballistic missile attached to 2 swords. Is Yorm viable in these types of matches? Absolutely. Like, post-rework and tunings, Jormungandr is all right. He's viable.
I don't think I would agree with that statement from you, Verb.
Really? Why is that?
I think when he just got reworked, he was pretty good, but, you know, as other chars got buffed, and, you know, he also got slightly nerfed as well on his hammer slam damage, and I think something else I can't quite remember, but as other characters got better, so he just ended up, you know, falling really far out of the meta. So, not really a char you would consider for a team comp at this level. Yorm was good basically right after his reward drop. It wasn't like broken, but it was like very playable, you know, multiple teams playing him.
Yeah.
But quickly after that he ended up dropping down out of the middle.
Gotta say, points are looking closer than they did last game. Admittedly, a bad Overwatch game is a lot harder to pull back than a bad game on Cathedral, at least right now. It's early stages of its life as a Dominion map. You can get to the mid lane a lot quicker, it's a lot faster to clear than Overwatch, and it's a lot less clunky to clear than Overwatch is. So that's why we're
more cramped up for sure.
Yeah. So that's why we're
seeing
seeing
like 2 zones.
That's why we're seeing some points for Showering Dads, but they've got a big hill to climb, Rippy.
Indeed. If they can pull that out, you know, hats off to them, because that is not a situation you like to be in, for sure. Good bear there about the Medjay, doing his best to stall, but we'll get GB for that floor.
Meanwhile, hopping over to the map, over on A, Tuning drops, and drops during the breaking! Oh, that's so unfortunate. And Baron's holding revenge! Oh, this is not a good situation for Showering Dads.
No, we'll get a pop without getting punished, that's good, but that T4 is gonna pop in, the JJ is doing decent, but as a debuff on him now, will heal his teammate, and the gang didn't land. That's good for Showering Dads, but Disappear will go down as well. It's good for them doing their best. The Shallon will try in 1v2. two low HP people will get gunshot, but the gank will not happen. Lighted a bit too late there, unfortunately, and got blocking to parry. Will end up going down anyway. Showing that doing a last stand, you know, as convincingly as they can. As Jones joined his VC, you know, only an hour and 15 minutes later.
Hello
Yeah,
there, Jones.
fashionably.
Are you okay, Jones?
I may or may not have terribly overslept and not set an alarm that functioned properly. Just a little bit.
You're so bad. You're so bad at live.
I'm incredibly embarrassed. Smile.
It is okay.
You are so bad at live.
Yeah.
All right, but we're here. Jones is alive. He's
I am
not
alive.
dead. Jolly good. I'm honestly okay to chill at this point because, yeah, KTO getting a 2-0 in pretty succinct fashion. There's not much to discuss there.
To quickly go back on the Yorm thing. The
Yes.
Yorm buff was absolutely a buff. He absolutely became better, but just fell back down just as quickly, pretty much. He was in the meta for like a short amount of time, for sure. But it was undoubtedly a buff compared to what he was before. He was like really, really bad before that. He's still better than he used to be, you know, like before that rework. So that's a 2-0 by KTO over Shang Daz. I don't know if there's anything we can go and watch right now.
Creature is asking for Mamba. Which team's Mamba?
Are the games still going? It's washed. Wash versus TBS clan, match 11.
Match 11. We've already watched Washed once, but if they're asking who's this, TBS Brazil, Uchiha, TBS, YZ Blade, and Ice Burton.
Yeah, I've heard of that TBS clan before, but I don't really know any of their players, so it's gonna be interesting to see. I remember the name, but...
Alright. So, is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have that be our target, unless we get suggested one otherwise. Mr. Jones, I'm gonna stay on production duties, because, I mean, I'm here, might as well. Hang on, TKS. People are asking for TKS. Is TKS here, or is that someone else?
There
I think
is.
TKS would be Wash, I think.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
It's not like
that's what I'm
exactly
assuming.
TKS, but a lot of the same members.
Putting on an eye. A washed TBS clan. Cobra is our target. Have no eye on him yet. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stay on production for today since I've already got everything going. People are suggesting slow cast. We can do that. You know what? One sentence at a bloody time, Oliver. I'll stay on production for today, Jones. So don't worry about that. And you can step back into commentary, as was initially planned, and then I'll essentially be on an analyst desk role, if you will, when things get a bit quiet.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds awesome.
All right. I'll need to get various bits and bobs updated, but we should be all right. I'll tell you what, though, Jones, to kick things off, we've had a decent selection of picks, a nice uptick in Peacekeeper.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just from like the casual teams as well.
From multiple teams.
Yeah, there was Lucifer team that played a Peacekeeper. She did really good in the first part of the game. I think then it kind of like went down a bit, but I think all of them kind of did worse in the second part of the game where they got come back on. But impressive stuff in the first part of that same Bridge game for sure. And then we saw another more casual team playing PK as well. I think Blitz is the creator of the PK meta or something. I'll give him his props. You know, people will be starting to play PK now after you pulled it out.
Yeah, so we are just about the middle/end of the second round right now.
Getting there.
All right.
Like, if I
What
pull
is
up...
PK Key to PK
weapons.
Bash, it has very little uses. The only uses was basically some uses in gangs, but it wasn't like super great or anything, so it wasn't really super useful.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't really
you
use that
missed
thing
a
in
crazy
1v1s.
game, Jones.
Did I now?
Yeah, you missed a crazy Sing Bridge game. It was, you know who Lucifer Jr. is?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know his teammates, but this guy's team versus Wash, which is his Mama Bucko, Cobra Dominator, and JR. They went 1-1, and then the Sang Bridge game, this for JR team was up like 500 points and had them breaking, and then it went to double breaking, and then they've lost, and that was the craziest comeback I've ever seen.
Wow.
I would go and watch that one back. You know, if you're gonna watch anything.
That's
back from
going in
this
the
tourney.
list. So, I had a peek through the contenders yesterday, and I've got an eye on, well, not a literal eye in terms of For Honor, but I've got my eye on 4 people.
All right, go ahead.
4 teams, rather. Let me see.
Okay.
Well, everyone changes their team name every other tournament, so I've got to go back
True.
here and actually get what their team names are.
Yeah, I think is the Sultan team playing today? I think they did decent, and the Vilgax team, right? I don't think the Vilgax team's playing today though, but I think Sultan is. Like the pink underwear team, I think.
Pick up on those, but yeah, I saw them yesterday. The Vilgax team played very well. I believe they took a game off of EOM.
Yes, I
Vilgax
think
team?
they did. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to see them maybe next weekend. You know.
Yeah, with the 4 teams I was looking at yesterday are We Don't Scrim KTO, who I don't believe played yesterday,
No, they didn't.
and obviously Washed. And then I saw a scrim or 2 last night. I don't think anyone noticed that I saw a scrim or 2 because I was just spying while setting stuff up for the stream today. ... But Los Guapos was actually kind of
the
destroying.
US. Yeah,
um,
those guys would be interesting to watch if we can catch them next round.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
it's
see how they've
hard
done
to
actually.
call them
Los
unknown,
Guapos. They won 2-0 against Superiority.
Yeah, they are Xbox demons.
Oh, they're Consolians.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Helios is on console. Zashi is as well, right? I think Sprite is on
I would
PC
bet he is
now.
still on console, yeah.
I think Sprite is on PC now. I don't know, but I think Tidal is also on PC. I don't know. I'm yapping. I've got no clue.
All right, let's have a look at the standings here since we've got the opportunity. Who's winning so far? Oathbreakers, Gremlin Squad, Pink Underwear Reunion, It's for the Content, Banana Boys, KTO, Freakazoids, and Los Guapos are all currently flawless. That is your current top runners.
I wonder if we're gonna see some big matches. You know, next round there might be some big matches. I'm expecting Wash to also go undefeated if they win that round. So I think that could, I think Wash, Russian, you know, Los Guapos, I think that could be like a big match, you know, in between these teams next round, if we're lucky.
Indeed. We can take a look at the state of play once we get there. We got 40 minutes and change left in the round. Oh, by the way, Rippy, I should probably ask, since we've got a moment, how's the Discord stream view been? Look clear? Look good?
Oh yeah, it's been great.
Jolly good.
I think there was one time in the entire stream where it kind of like pixelated a little, but it was for like 10 seconds. Like, aside from that, it was literally perfect.
Yeah. Okay. You know, funny backstory while we are, like, waiting for the eye to appear on Washed versus TBS. I've, like, for the longest time, not for the longest time, but for a while, had, like, a system where I used, like, Parsec and a bunch of complicated stuff to stream to my co-commentators. And then one day, when oh, Kiri theme, get out of here. There we are. While I had, like, that all going, one day I tested with Freeze, just basic Discord streaming as an emergency, and it looked better than my super duper fancy Parsec setup, and I was bloody pissed. It was the worst. So
Really?
now I'm just doing the simple thing.
Well,
It's like, but
simple's fun.
you spend all this time figuring out this system, and it's the simple one's the one that does better. Oh, grumble, grumble, grumble.
That's funny because the Parsec streams always looked a little bit crisper to me. Not that I'm now going to complain about the Discord stream, but
Yeah, like the
keep giving
Parsec.
conflicting information.
Yeah, the Parsec setup, TLDR, to save the viewers going to sleep, it's essentially like a tunnel software, so the more people that get on the same thing, the dodgier it can get. With Discord, I think it does some kind of, everyone goes to the server first instead of me going to directly, so it can cause some stuff. I don't know the exact technical specifications, but point being, Oliver do lots of work Why do many work when few work do trick?
Okay, I'll accept that.
Where's the eye? We can only blag for so long. Let me actually refresh the bracket and make sure the game hasn't finished or something. Yeah,
Yeah, I
still
remember
the
Creature said the game starting, so I wonder if something happened to that game. You know, maybe a dispute or something, or just forgot to turn Specco mode on. That could be a thing as well.
Yeah,
I think he'd have to intentionally turn it off.
yeah, it's an
Yeah,
opt-out.
I guess
I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd do it. If Jones
Okay.
casting, I'm doing it.
All right.
Put the slow
Ruin
cars
your
match if it's
fast.
taking so. Oh yeah, we have had requests for slow cars, but I think is slow cars still playing or are they finished?
They are 1-1 against a break in the runs, unless they have just finished their third game.
IROX
Alright, let's catch that then.
and break and run. Okay, let me scroll down to break and run because I know I've got him. We do. Okay, we're hopping in live. Okay, let me get
Don't
this. loaded
know
up.
any of these players aside from a break and run, I guess. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. So Jared's saying the game is starting, but
God
we've already
damn it.
loaded into that one, so I guess we'll just.
No, we
Stay
can
on that one
we
this
can
time.
pull out. We can pull out of this. Do we want to back out and go with the one that's just starting? I think that might be better.
That's your call. I'll let you. I'll let you decide. See, I never back down, so.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and back on out of this one. And since we've got that one having don't do okay, now chat's arguing.
It is well known that Verbalosity hates a break and run.
No, I hate you. Okay, out of curiosity, let me go ahead and load in from recent position just to see what's going on in this game. Let's just see what's going on from recent position.
Okay, let's do that.
Because the button
So
does
we can
exist
be-
for a reason. And then if this one's like too far, this literally isn't
Okay,
breaking.
well now we gotta stick
Okay,
around.
let's
It's
watch that
literally
and
it
catch
breaking.
up. Okay, game
Well, we
over.
saw the whole game. Here we go.
Yeah, we saw the whole game. We can have our cake and eat it too. Okay, now we're going to the Sherry one. Yeah, so that was the one. That was the end of the game. We had our cake and ate it too. We saw the end of the game, guys. A break and runs wins 2-1 against slow cars.
That's a whole other set we can add to the list. That's gonna be like 30 seconds in the YouTube chapters.
All right, let me quickly re-update the thing. Washed and TBS clan. All right, I don't know the scoreline for this, but I'm going to
Yeah, I was
assume.
about to ask. Do we know the score of that one? I'm assuming 1-0 is my guess, but
Something like
could be
that.
1-1.
We'll figure it
They
out
have
as we
not
go
updated,
through.
But
Many
When it comes to
people, though.
these, like any game Washed has
Yeah.
been in, they've never updated the battle fight, so it's just a YOLO guess.
okay, they are my least favorite team in this tournament then.
Okay, well, gentlemen, take it away.
Sorry, just to briefly add to this, since last night, it seems they've added Scorpion to this roster. And he
Yeah, I haven't
is.
seen Scorpion play, so I'm assuming he's just there in case he needs
Yeah,
a sub.
I don't know. He is in match chat. I don't know. I guess he's around, but yeah, probably not playing. Sorry, just wanted to add that in real quick. Threw me for a loop.
Yep. Alright. Let's see it. So let's see what you do for an opening rotation. I would assume they would send like a bunch of people mid and then 1 to their closest point, but sometimes people like sending 2 to their closest point to confirm
Spaniard
the
has
cast.
said 1-0 to Washed, by the way.
1-0 to wash. All right.
Yes.
So that map pick would be TBS's pick because they lost the first one.
And nobody here is messing with the rafters at all. They do not want the smoke.
Yep. That's one of the things I like to watch the most, you know, on that map. But I get why you wouldn't want to like necessarily play it. It's good if you can set it up properly for sure. Bucko's gonna try and rotate out. We'll get the parry. Buddy will go down, and now the BP will try and rotate out to heal. So does the Alcelotl. Good parry from Mamba on that Hitokiri. Will get ganked. Will go down, and Immediately Wash, you know, 2 people down, but Cobra Dominator fighting for his home point right now. Will lose some HP to 2 GBs in a row. 2 bars now fighting. We'll get the gunshot. Dodge attack lands for Valkyrie. Good light block, and the gang's gonna be set up. Pirate Shigoki. Can they land it? It's a good gank. They will not have to stop. But it seems like the Valkyrie won't get any help, and light parry into long execution, I am assuming, and keeping their home point. Losing, however, on C and mid at the moment.
Yeah, that is War Aishinaba's, I believe, the longest legal execution for all of the samurai.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be, like you said, a long time
The
out
Chinese
of the game.
lantern for the Wulin is a bit longer, but for samurais, yeah, that's gonna be your longest one. Your longest allowed one.
But TBS is unable to really push their advantage past B, and it looks like Bucko's gonna head back, and we're just gonna have reset here in Zone B at the moment.
Yeah,
after
Mama gonna head back
respawns
as
come
well.
in.
Can they maybe get a quick gank, you know, before Bucko comes back? The Hero Gear getting rather low already. Might be the time to rotate before Bucko and Mama gets back. Someone going up the rafter. I'm assuming the Sun will contest the A-bridge, but he jumped down. Don't think he got anyone with it.
No, entirely unsuccessful.
That's what you don't want to happen. You know? It's cool when it happens, gives you a straight advantage, but if you lose that after your health because you miss it, then it's not super worth. That BP going in, getting big damage with isn't dodgeable. Valkyrie will get the kill, bounty on her plus execution. Almost challenging the Seto Kiri will get light parried on his dodge stack. Good GB there, 1 light away from killing him. Won't go for it. Good light parry, and he's just gonna die. Then Ocelotl just leaps at him. Instead, the BP
No
kills
way.
himself trying to get on the board.
No. What's going on my screen right now?
That BP, why did he jump down?
Captured Zone C.
Wow. I mean, no one got the kill for that, but damn. Just, I think that's the first time I see someone using this, dying from jumping down this one. Interesting. Valkyrie not being as successful in this
Captured Zone C.
1v1, and will get gank points again, going down here, and long exceed again. And that game's already starting to look grim for TBS Clan, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, I mean, to harp on something a minute ago that doesn't matter quite as much anymore. Actually, no, it still does, because Bucko's here to reiterate my point. You've got to be very careful pushing anywhere alone, because, I mean, at this level and especially higher, not to say that this isn't a very high-level match. I mean, these teams are very good, but at this level, if you run into anywhere alone, especially against characters who have a coordinated ganks, like synergy with ganks, and they can shut you down quickly, these players are not going to let you get out free. You're probably losing at least half your health before your teammates show up. You've got to be very careful just pushing anywhere alone, and that is, I'd say, cost a couple fights both ways here.
Yeah, exactly. I think pushing by yourself is only being done when the stalls you're getting brings value to your team on the rest of the map. Mamba also some to that Valkyrie might be the comeback, but Cobra Dominator here with the power gank. The light wasn't confirmed, but Valkyrie was trying to parry UB and will get hit by the light. Also, we're pushing in, trying to help. We'll get light parried immediately. Mamba healing a good bit, and that's just not going to go up for Yasuo. We're not getting ganked by a pirate and a Shaolin. No gunshot there. A bit of miscommunication. He's also getting extra stall, but will end up going down right here. The GB from dodgeable. And another long XC, and you can see they're really getting long exceed over long exceed, and despite getting A there, just don't have any momentum from pushing C and getting a long exceed. This guy will go and interrupt the long exceed, but now takes the risk of getting ganked to a long exceed. So, Mamba trying to get into his key sense mixed up to maybe set up a sweep gank. We'll get dodge attack, good read by the Valkyrie, dodge attack here. Good read by the Valkyrie, but a bit too early and ended up getting kicked again. Good parry there, they missed the fire gank. And Valkyrie doing a solid stall. Interesting that she decided not to go for a jog. Maybe finds it a bit underwhelming, but probably still a better option than Bear Trap. Looking at this correctly.
It's a solid stall in terms of time she was alive, but in terms of time she was actually on the point. I mean,
yeah, that's
hard to call that incredibly worth it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And it looks now like TBS is going to send a full attack force into their opponent's home point.
Yeah, gonna go for that 2v2, you know, as Shaolin has T3, gonna be, even though it's only 4 HP now, I think that's what it got nerfed to. Still scary, you know, like when every undodgeable or kick or whatever gets healed, but TBS just ends up denying that fight from Wash. You know, bring the game a bit more even. You know, I think the renown's still in Wash's favor, but the score is getting hella close. Bucko getting revenge there, trying to get a kill there. The shield probably on the wrong target there. The healer cure being 1 HP. Unable to peel for his teammate. Gets T2 there, and the Valkyrie's gonna do his best in that 1v1. Good life, heavy parry by Mamba there, but the deflect. Mamba will try and get the heal back. Actually, got a heal from the point. The Valkyrie standing down for just a second, and will just go down immediately. TBS, however, for this entire fight at mid control, and now back even in terms of hardpoint. And they maybe pull out a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably as good a time as any to check out Renown as we go into the final few minutes of this game. And yeah, Mamba is just about
Renown is
T4.
actually pretty close. I thought there was a bigger advantage for Wash, but you know, Shan T4 is not the T4 that will turn the game in your favor, especially on Harbor where the rotations are so quick. You can have like you can out-rotate someone, maybe gank him, but it's not gonna have the impact of Normal Shelter or Fire T4 for sure. Gang there.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you'd maybe take Conk tier 4 over a Shaolin tier 4, but even then, I mean, you could do some plays with Catapult. I've seen, in all my years of casting and playing, one game that was saved by a Shaolin tier 4 that could have only been saved by a Shaolin tier 4.
I've seen more than that. I think it's a useful T4, but it's not a very playmaker one.
Attackers rallied.
And now TBS is in a rough spot because they are being contested on both side points, and a kill here does put them in breaking. They are at 997.
And so they were low while pushing in, you know, already struggling for sure.
Exactly. So they have to win at least one of these fights if they want to keep themselves in the game here. And they have just dropped one player on the opposite point.
Member down,
both of them
low, Ocelot low. Going for a T4 there, it's not gonna land. He will go down, trying to use that T4, and that's gonna be a 2-0 for Wash, you know. Convincing performance from them. That game kinda started giving their advantage back to TBS, but just realized it and immediately got the double side point cap and won the game pretty handily at the end.
Yeah, I think they maybe just took their focus off of mid a little bit, because like you said, they were low pushing into those side points that they were forced to contest. It was not a great situation to be in.
All right. Solid 2-0 for Wash there. Puts another round 2 game in the books. Go ahead and have a gander at the brackets, or rather the thing that it stands. I just realized Rippy was the one to... That's 2 people now that just...
Schizo?
Yeah, that's... No, Jones. That's a second person now that didn't believe Rippy was here. Like, is there something in the water? Does Rippy have some sort of soup power, like, from the boys to make someone's memory go away? Is Rippy a cryptid? Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Alright, let's refresh the brackets.
Just an impersonator, that's all, you know.
Rippy was a mass hallucination caused by a reflection off the moon of Venus. Hidden One, CPMG,
like
Spartan versus Bread. Oh no, off the Rings of Saturn, that's the joke. It's off the Rings of Saturn. Ugh, my astronomy memes. Spartan versus
Me
Bread.
cheering for TKS when one of them is casting.
Alright, should we attempt to try and get either one of these games, or should we just vibe until round 3 is ready to go? We've got, like, if I check the time, 25 minutes and change. Got Diamond Johnny, Grizz, and then Spartans is Gia Magico and Sutia Duckling. I'm not sure if I have any of them. Yeah, I'm looking through to see if any of them are there, but I'm not sure if I've got any of them. Any of those captains. So we might actually potentially be chilling until next round. The dress is blue, aliens do not exist, Rippy's not a real person, all viable conspiracies. I hate Rippy, worst teammate ever, memes you're fat. Wow, chat has been hostile today. Chat's going at each other. Chat's going at me. Like, bruh.
Hey, I'm glad I wasn't here, actually. I was going to join like 2 hours ago, but I saw all of this going down. I was like,
Yeah, there was some
wait.
hostile people in chat. Like, Twitch chat was just being Twitch chat. What can I say? Alright, I'm not seeing any obvious targets. Like Geomagico, Sutia Duckling. I don't believe I have either of them. Yep, and let me just go back and check. Round 3 has not started yet. Let's check on Tartarus one more time. Diamond Johnny and Grizz. Do I have Diamond Johnny? Nope. Do I have Grizz? I have Grimmies. That's not Grizz. Do I have anything down here? Nope. Okay, Oh, hang on a minute. I'm getting more friend requests from people. Thank you. Those are not the exact targets, but... Yeah,
Always good to have more friends, right?
Always good to make my list even bigger and even stupider. Like, just look how little my list scrolls when I actually scroll the thing.
have you ever counted?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I
I mean, can you
legitimately...
see the amount of friends you have if you go on the UV Connect app?
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. Let me actually open that up and check. 658.
That's a lot of friends.
That's a lot of
That's a
for honor
fair few.
players.
That's
That,
more than Jones will ever have.
that's a lot of for honor players throughout the years.
Would I want to be friends with 658 For Honor players, though?
A few of those
They're
might
all
be
like
roller
you,
champions.
definitely not.
Roller champions.
Yeah, I did
I'll be
some
friends
roller
with roller
champions. For a bit.
champions players. Not Rippy, though.
That game is good though. I should
Not
play that
really,
game
though.
instead. Roller Champions don't see the game to play. If you haven't played that game, play that right now.
You're
Don't waste
talking
your
to a
time on
guy
For
who you've
Honor.
got an in with in that community. Not me, though. To clarify.
The game, unfortunately, has a small case of Le Dead, or rather, Le Development has stopped. So,
Oh,
if you
is
want to
it?
play it,
Yeah.
now's the time, because you never know when it's going to go away.
It's gonna go the way of Hyperscape.
Oh.
Yeah, that game was so big and it kind of died down really quickly.
Official
Hyperscape
Ubisoft
on me.
sponsored tournament, by the way.
Oh,
For Honor is thriving, though.
For Honor is like a
It's just
cockroach
the
that
best game I've
refuses
ever
to.
played, guys.
For Honor
I
is
don't
a
have a gun
cockroach
next
that
to me.
refuses to die. We've been around for 8 years. We will not die. Games have risen up, promoted, been born, and died in the time that we've been around.
And then the devs decided to just make the best season they've made in many years, 8 years into the game's life cycle.
Blissful. Alright. Yeah, looks like this is going to be a hurry up and wait scenario while we wait for round 3 to begin. That will be probably for the best. Unless I can systematically check my entire list for people, control F'ing. Yeah, looks I'll need to update this. Waiting on a knife, waiting on round 3 to start. Yeah, that's probably for the best. Waiting on round 3 to start. Let's chill here. Alright. Yeah, exactly, Eris. For Honor, will live on until the death of the sun. Like, the joke is, like, every time I ask a friend, it's like, For Honor, it's still around to here? Like, no. We're around, we're still going, and we're having a bloody good time. We're just doing our own thing. It's a jolly good time. Despair. Yes. For Honor, wait, have we technically surpassed PUBG in years?
Did PUBG come out after For Honor, or did it drop support at some point?
I don't remember what's up in my head. We might have. Either way, looks like we got a little bit of a break here. So actually, I'm going to call a break here. Small break while we wait on round 3. Yeah, let's go for a break. That sounds good. Let me get some music going. Sounds good. We could only Japanese for so long. There we are. Alright, folks. Let's get the Knight's Promises back. And we'll see you guys when we actually have either an update as to what's going on or a round 3 game to actually look at. See you then. Okay, folks, little update. Now that we've got all our affairs in order, I'm actually going to be handing the reins back on over to our wonderful Mr. Krabby Man, Mr. Jones. So stream's going to be going down for a second while we just get the transfer over. We'll be back live very soon with order restored. See you in a few minutes max while we wait for round 3.